game for this team here tonight. The Geelong Footy Club looking to stay right up amongst the top contenders this year. And they have got a very, very good outfit. A couple of changes for them with Cameron and Guthrie coming in. Of course, Josh Caddy is out with that injury as well. But looking forward to seeing how they perform tonight, Geelong, against St Kilda, who have been competitive in various games this year. Let's get down to Cameron Ling. He's with Chris Scott.
Well, it's been a big 3 weeks, the Giants, North Melbourne and the Bulldogs. How do you guard against complacency, or how does the group guard against complacency coming up against a team on paper you should beat?
Well, there are 2 ways. One is to have a brief look back to the way we played about a month ago, which was disappointing. And probably the more relevant way is to have a look at how St Kilda have played this ground. They like speed on the game. They're high in the front contested possessions. If they get their game going, they're hard to beat here.
McCartan and Rewald come in for the Saints. Are you expecting them to try and stretch you down back and play with those 4 talls with Josh Bruce and Tim Membry as well?
No, with the Rewald playing in the midfield, maybe even a little bit against blitz halves, which would be good to watch. But our backline's pretty tall, so not many teams try to stretch us.
Appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Chris Scott down there, and the Saints have already won 5 games this year, Darcy and Richo. Haven't won more than 6 in a season since 2012, but they are improved, I reckon, in their fight at least, aren't they?
Yeah, I think we all look at St Kilda as a developing team that have got really exciting young players, just not able to consistently put it together, but they're a dangerous opponent. As Chris Scott said here at Etihad Stadium, if they get it going and some of the young stars fire, they can give this a shake tonight.
Yeah, they play some really exciting football here at Etihad Stadium. The Saints, Josh Bruce said it before, they can beat teams around them on the ladder. They have not been able to beat a top 8 side so far this year, the Saints. No tougher ask at the moment than the Cats. So maybe tonight's the night. Maybe they can take a scalp tonight, but really looking forward to watching them play tonight, BT.
Yes, we are indeed. You can see 50 games each for Webster and Ross. I'm sure they'll play significant roles tonight in that first of the milestones. We're certainly looking forward to that.
Come on! Really good feeling here.
Luke Dunstan, you get the feeling he'll be involved in one of the big jobs. Lots of interesting tactics tonight, especially when it's, it's Dangerfield and Selwood. What do? Do you let them run? Do you follow them up? And it's a hard thing for teams to consider, I guess, but what would be your thoughts on that, boys?
Well, they're players that are pretty hard to tag, Dangerfield and Selwood, because they win contested ball, they win their own footy in the middle of the ground. So I'll be interested to see if there are any run with tactics. There are some pretty good run with players in the comp at the moment. We're seeing jobs done. There's the Cats lineup. We know that Guthrie is back into the team for Caddy, who was out with that knee injury. So early on in the game, we'll really be looking to see if the Saints try and put the clamps on either Selwood or Dangerfield.
Nick, good luck. This is Aaron. Your call, Joel. Off you go, Aaron. Saints. It's a AFL. Cheers. Thanks, Aaron.
Whatever that means, it's an AFL. Not quite sure myself, Dars, but you think back to that round 14 clash. I hear you talk about it in the pre-game back in 2009 between these 2 sides. They were both 13 and zip at that stage. Greatest game of football I've ever seen, and well, they've gone different ways since then.
Yeah, it's a big rap, BT. Hard to argue with you. That was an extraordinary home and away game. It had everything that you would love. It was an incredible contested game. There was great skill on display. Nick Rewalt was part of that. So too Corey Enright. You can see on screen as Joel Selwood just points down to the Coventry end of Etihad Stadium. And top of the table, the Cats. It's been extraordinary how quickly this group have blended together, Richo. New players. I love what Lockie Henderson's doing in defence. Zach Smith as well in the ruck. It's come together very quickly.
Yeah, all games start in the middle of the ground, and I love the ruck match-up tonight. Zach Smith's in great form, but so's young Hickey. He's improving every time I see him play.
Who gets him, you reckon, Richo? Who are the likely contenders?
Look, I guess I think Stephen and Selwood may run against each other, and I think they may try and put a little bit of attention into danger. Maybe someone like a Seb Ross, BT.
Yep. All right, well, we'll see what happens, and I think it looks like Delaney is going to get the big man Hawkins down there, the biggest of the defenders. Yes, Delaney going to Hawkins at the other end of the ground. Dangerfield, he will be targeted every week from now on, you would have thought.
Well, he averages 38 here at Etihad Stadium in his 3 games this year, Dangerfield.
All right, we're ready to go. Umpires tonight, Luke Farmer, Robert Finlay, Craig Fleer and Jacob Mollison. The 4 umpires being tested in these 3 bye rounds. An opportunity. There he is. First touch of the game to the danger man. The man that's probably leading the Brownlow at this stage in Dangerfield. Geary. Gilbert. Did well to hang on to the footy on that occasion. Jack Stephen will have a big job tonight. And he gets the first free kick.
He's in outstanding form, Jack Stephen. On his second best and fairest last year. Kicked 3 goals last week. A-grade midfielder for me, Richo.
He had 8 direct goal assists in the last game he played here against Carlton, Jack Stephen. That's an extraordinary day out. He was best on ground by a mile.
So Joey Montagna, who's almost a permanent resident at half-back now. They're trying to really stretch the Cats, get it out to this Medallion Club wing side where Robertson dropped the mark he probably should have taken. It was an awkward one, but just spilled it at the inopportune time.
Yeah, they do like to switch the ball like that, the Saints. If they can't go through the middle, they will switch it out the other side and just try and find some holes in the defence of the opposition.
Well, the last thing they want to do, Richo, is kick it down the line to Harry Taylor.
Exactly.
Isn't it? So
best intercept back line in the comp, Geelong.
Yep. If they can't find something in the middle, they must switch the play and not be tempted to go down the line. An opportunity here for Gresham to get it deep inside 50. Good mark taken by Paddy McCartan back in the St Kilda lineup here.
That was a hard mark to take. He was running backwards, and his hands, he can clunk the footy. Paddy McCartan, he's got a big set of jukes on him, BT.
He's undecided here whether to kick the drop punt or face the middle. Looks like he's going to settle on the drop punt from here, which I'm not sure about this kick anymore from this position.
I reckon he'll run round there, yes.
Okay, there he goes, Richo. Well done, well spotted. Good effort. Got it, curled it back. Paddy McCartan, what a flyer.
He executed that kick perfectly. There was a fantastic mark, as I was saying. That wasn't easy to take. He was falling backwards. The ball was floating away from him. And he took that one grab, no problem. So what a great start for Paddy McCartan, back into the team after some issues with concussion. A really good start from St Kilda.
Outstanding play here from the stoppage from St Kilda. Nick Rewalt going the third man up, and then all St Kilda players just surging onto the ball. And there's that mark from Paddy McCartan. That is a difficult mark to take, falling away just right in the fingertips. Great start by the Saints.
Kicked 7 goals in a VFL practice game last week, Paddy McCartan, so he's in good touch. The hands were brilliant. Bruce just lost his way a bit there, fell over. And Lockie Henderson really slotted in nicely into this defence. Good hands from Murdoch.
Come back, behind your mark.
Wasn't that great for the Saints to see Rewalt starting the play up the ground, not being the man they've got to rely on inside 50. McCartan and Bruce down there tonight.
Play on,
Jimmy Bartell flicks it over to Dangerfield. Look at the leg speed. He'll take anyone on. Stevens' tackle was good. He found a way out of it, though, did Dangerfield. Short ball is okay.
behind, play on.
Corey Gregson's going to get it moving. Puts it to the dangerous spot. Sets it up, Kirsten. Oh, good defensive mark back there. It was Geary. Got in the right spot.
And guys, you just asked the question before the start of the game, who might get a bit of a roll on Paddy Dangerfield? It looks like Seb Ross is going to try and get to Dangerfield as much as he can. Not a hard tag, but certainly taking him around the stoppages.
Nicely done, Richo. And Lingy down there just telling us exactly what is the situation. You do get the feeling, though, Richo, if they're going to tag Dangerfield successfully, it's got to be done with multiple players, not just one.
Oh, it's going to be a team effort on Dangerfield. He's too good.
Here is his direct opponent, Ross, long and deep. Is that to the advantage of Bruce? No, it's not. Henderson put his body in exactly the right spot. Little handball out the back. Here's Paddy again. Thought about it to Akers. Back to Ross. They release the ball. Buying a little time. Geary around the corner. High ball. Hickey. Juggling attempt. Couldn't get there. Enright, the old campaigner. Cool in defence here, the Cats.
Yeah, composed. It was Lincoln McCarthy. And, oh, what a mark. Brilliant effort out there.
He's
No right to mark that, Menzel.
He's just got the ability to do those brilliant things, uncanny things, Menzel.
He plucked it from nowhere. Short one's on to Guthrie, who missed last week with illness, and now they load up through Mackie. Saints in good position here. They've started well. Armitage dropped one that he really should have taken. Now they've got some work to do. Through comes Gregson. The other way, Robertson. And now Maverick Weller. Awkward handball, forced Armitage to bend over and pick it up. He's got a strong lead from McCartan, who started this game beautifully. Big Paddy McCartan, the #1 draft pick.
Yeah, started like a train tonight, Das. Here's a beautiful ball to Membry.
He's hard to get separation on Lonergan, and McCartan did that then.
And Rewalt did by pushing his man over behind the player. It was well done. Found this little bit of separation here. Gives it on to Dunstan. Once again, they get a really deep entry here. The big fella Hickey was there to keep him honest. The smaller Menzel got bundled out of the way. Big Hickey couldn't quite get boot to ball. Little quick snap. It was right, I think it is. And he's kicked his first goal in AFL football, the youngster, Nathan Wright.
This is a great start from St Kilda. They are all over the Cats at the moment. Double the amount of disposals. And they're looking really dangerous. They've got the Cats on the back foot. Hickey's pushing forward hard on Zach Smith in the ruck, trying to make him accountable. McCartan's had early touches. This is a terrific start.
I think they might have forgotten it was his first game, given the fact he's played, what, 22 of them now, but only a few got around him.
Always a special moment in your career, isn't it? First ever goal for Nathan Wright. Took him 22 games to get there. This is a brilliant start from the Saints. They've kicked the first 2 here. Look forward to seeing Tom Hickey tonight. Keep hearing great reports about his form, Richard. I haven't seen the Saints live for a while. Dangerfield, though, to Stanley. Hickey gave chase, the man we're talking about. Handball a little too tall for Kirsten. Well done, Lee Montagna. Got his body in the way. Hickey's handball only found Kirsten, who's going to drive it long. Hawkins in the box, seat out the back. If it sits for him, he'll kick a goal. Well done, Delaney. He's got the big task on Tom Hawkins tonight, the former Kangaroo, and he got a good bounce there, Richard.
Yeah, you looked through the Saints' backline tonight, and without Fisher and Dempster down there, Tom Lee played a few games in defence before he went out injured. And you just wondered who was going to take Hawkins tonight. Delaney's got the job.
So Montagna, who carries and runs the most yardage of all of the St Kilda players. We've seen Dangerfield over the last 2 weeks run 1,000 metres a week, and well, their equivalent is Lee Montagna.
The metres gained, yeah, that's
metres gained.
Yeah, Danger had over 1,000 here a couple of Saturday nights ago.
There's Rewalt in amongst it. Menzel managed to get a bit of boot to ball. St Kilda looking in good form here at the moment and desperate to win.
Hickey's a good matchup for the Cats ruckman, Smith, because and Stanley. He's just got good mobility, and it's going to be an interesting battle in the ruck tonight.
Stanley.
There's Rewalt trying to go third man up again, BT.
And he's done that a couple of times already. I wonder whether that may well be a tactic, Richo, that you've cottoned onto there.
Well, I reckon they want to clear it out of the area because they know how good Dangerfield and Selwood are in close.
And Blitzard's the third man up.
Yeah, so I think they'd like to clear it out of their immediate area, the Saints.
Oh, I tossed that one up and it bounced on the ground. No one got a fingernail on it first. Mackie under some good pressure from the Saints. They've been able to apply a fair bit. Ruggles kick around the body, looking for Motlop. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve here, Stevie. Good take, good tackle from Robert, and incorrect disposal. And so it'll be the Saints forward again. Savage, the releasing handball to him. Spearing kicks good. Bruce comes out. Brilliantly done back there, Bartel. He got a fingernail on the footy, and the composure and skill of Enright to dunk. And again, look at the pressure from the Saints. Armitage wrapped him up. Brilliantly done.
Yeah, Geelong hasn't laid a tackle yet. The Saints have laid 6. They're on. The Saints are ready to go.
And I reckon you've cottoned onto the word, Das, pressure. I think there's a big effort out there at the moment for the Saints to make sure that that is what their theme is for the night. They look absolutely full on at this stage. Good stuff from the Saints. They've played like this various stages throughout the year. They had a couple of bad ones, but generally they've been very competitive.
Well, they're not playing like they've had a rest. They've come out ready to go. Often after the bye, you can be a bit slow to start.
Now, Selwood took him on there. Ball knocked out the tackle, said the umpire. So play on. Here's Ross trying to find the slot. Enright peeling off his man nicely. So this is a powerful and encouraging start for the Saints, but to get the feeling this Geelong side know how to soak up the pressure.
How good is Corey Enright going? Over 321 games now, and he's in as good a form as he's ever been in. Well played, Delaney. Got the big job on Hawkins, as we said. And now this is Jimmy Webster. Going to go back to Montagna. It's in good hands here with Joey. He's got his great mate out there, Nick Rewald, who's putting in some serious Ks at the moment, covering a lot of territory.
And Bruce is a real hit-up target tonight. He is leading hard at the footy.
Got the break there on Henderson. Short one back to Reebok. Nice combination. He's got time to steady Nick Reebok. Looking further afield. McCartan got caught behind and Reece Stanley dropped back in the hole nicely.
Stanley to Motlop. Motlop, nice kick out wide. Gee, that'll find Gregson. No problems at all. Gregson doubles back inside. Thought about the handball to Guthrie. Got him in a bad spot. That was read too easily. Now Gregson had to go out the back door to Henderson, who just thumps it long and deep. Got position here, McCarthy. And now Gilbert with the following tackle did well. McCarthy keeps it alive dangerously. Soccer out of mid-air by Hawkins. And a goal. They're first, the Cats.
Brilliant from Lincoln McCarthy. I thought that ball was dead. I thought it was going to be taken through for a behind. He kept it alive. He put it into the goal square, and Tommy Hawkins was in the right place. There's the Cats' first goal. It's a great start to this game. Terrific pressure from St Kilda. The Cats have had to soak a bit up, but experienced team. They're right in the contest now. So this is that effort from McCarthy. Good tackle from Gilbert. I thought it was over the line. No, he kept it alive, put it into the goal square. Well done, McCarthy.
The bounce will be recalled. It'll be Stanley and Hickey to go face-to-face again. In good form, Tom Hickey. 16 disposals, kicked a goal last week against Carlton, along with 32 hit-outs. He's up against a couple of athletic ruckmen tonight. Dunstan had the run of it, but just stolen out of his arms by Guthrie. This is Ruggles. The non-preferred little chipping ball finds Blitzarves. Well, it should have found Blitzarves. He took his eye off it momentarily. Now Ross, can they hurt them the other way? Good hands from Mav Weller. Here comes Stephen again. He's a great overlap runner, Jack Stephen. The underground pass was a bit awkward for Wright. Gets back, applies some pressure. But the Cats' defence have been able to hold up on this occasion.
Yeah, just fighting their way out and thinking their way through the traffic here. The Cats, fast handball, released to Mitch Duncan, and isn't that good footy to Smith? And Smith marks well within range, a little bit of angle about it. He plays on as well, very unselfishly, but puts Murdoch on a bit more of an angle, but he is a left footer. He too plays on until they get the perfect spot. And now they've found the angle that they should settle with here in McCarthy.
I reckon the big ruckman trying to be unselfish there, Smith, but I reckon he was in the better position of the next two.
Yeah, I would have thought so too, Richo.
He just was too unselfish there, Zach Smith. He worked hard to get himself goal side to take the mark, and he probably was in rights to go back and have a shot. But anyway, McCarthy's got the chance now.
Kick of some 35 to 40 metres here for McCarthy. For the Cats to grab their first bit of the lead, and he drifts it right. So many do at that end, in that position.
I've loved the start to the game so far of Seb Ross. We spoke about him having the job on Paddy Dangerfield, especially around stoppages. But the best thing about the way he started, he's not just focusing on Dangerfield. He's hunting the footy. He's had 7 disposals, joining in the attacking side of the game. Been important so far.
Revolt flashing across the front of Lonergan. The combination of the Cats, though, it ends up back with that man, Lonergan. He's got a target he likes, and Zach Smith, the matchup on Savage is a complete mismatch. And this man is a very capable forward for a ruckman, Richard.
Yeah, well, he pushed down, took that first mark, and Savage was the one trying to cover him. It's not the matchup they want. You can see Hickey there in the background, but twice Savage has been the man who's had to try and stop him and just hasn't got the size, obviously.
I really think he's been an enormous inclusion to this side. He's 206 centimetres, 105 kilos. He's athletic. He's normally a pretty good kick as well. That one, he got underneath it a little bit. So they miss a couple that they could have perhaps kicked the Cats.
They're in the game, though, now. They've settled into the contest.
Robert and wide. So, Lingy, the Saints have got a number of things happening. What do you make of it all?
Their pressure's just been brilliant, BT. You mentioned it before. That's what The early part of this game has been built on, but Geelong just starting to wrestle back a little bit of control. St Kilda got to keep trying to work their way through it, keep taking the game on like this. I love this about the Saints.
There's Akers, and they're not tempted, Lingy, to go down the line and allow Taylor to sag off, are they? Ball out wide from Akers, good high footy. Jack Stephen, look at this, free St Kilda players everywhere. An opportunity here for the little man, and Gresham gets to 50, to the top of the square. They've got enough players there, the Saints. Rewalt was there, no one could jump. Well defended by the Cats. Guthrie to Selwood, just got rid of it in the nick of time. Trying to steal it there is Minchington. Montagna originally got the hand on it. Here comes Jack Stephen, brushed off one, banged into another. Handball out the back, couldn't quite get rid of it. Great tackle by Ruggles, and the young man right again. Hickley's second career goal and second goal of the night.
Well, Wright's kicked 2 goals from the top of the goal square. Nothing fancy about that. Just got the ball in there, and it's just their pressure. They're up for the contest. They're applying pressure, putting the Geelong defence under the pump at the top of the square. And a couple of opportunistic goals there for Wright, the first 2 goals of his career. So there's Jack Stephen. He took possession of the ball and tried to burst through. I'm not sure he ever really got rid of that ball. Just sort of fell out the back. He pushed it out the back. He seemed to be allowed to do that. It's a bit like a rugby situation where you just place the ball on the ground. You've got to dispose of it.
Seb Ross again involved, and also Selwood first possession there. Bruce taking a little turn in the ruck against Stanley. Stanley with the advantage height-wise and experience-wise as a ruckman. It's Ross trying to go third man up, left Dangerfield on the ground, but they managed to get a piece of the body, so he had to handball under pressure. Cats want this one to be deliberate. And now by giving the benefit of the doubt, much to the chagrin of the Cats fans.
No, defender there.
You heard the explanation. No, defender there.
So Seb Ross continues to go with danger around that clearance.
Clever hit out it was from Hickey down to Akers. Henderson. They're good hands from Lockie Henderson.
This is the beauty of their defence, Geelong. They can all mark the footy when they have to. Enright, Lonigan, Henderson, Harry Taylor's one of the best at it.
I like the attitude of McCartan there, really making Henderson really earn the mark as well. Not letting him, knowing that he was going to mark it, have it easy. So he looks switched on, and I like his aggressive nature, Paddy McCartan. Here's Dangerfield. Dunstan's gone on to him now, so...
I was just a swap over BT, and watching Seb Ross, and he was not happy with his teammate. Expected better in that marking contest.
There he is. He's been able to benefit from it. The bounce, 2 bounces. Ross can keep going here. He settles, straightens, goes the little low runner and misses.
Well, they're having a win so far with this matchup. Seb Ross has had 9, 3 inside 50s. Danger's had 6, but he's only had 1 kick. So he hasn't been out in space, been able to gain. Only 34 metres gained for Dangerfield.
Just wonder whether Seb Ross, throughout his time again, might have hit the little lead up there from Paddy McCartan. It was just a 15-metre kick after a big run. It's probably out, Richo.
Yeah, I think he was a bit tired when he kicked it, Dust. I think you're right there.
So now the Cats want to get it out city side of Etihad Stadium. Ruggles over that run from Mackie. Selwood working back hard, got away from Armitage. Armitage did well not to give away a free kick. Selwood arguing the case for front-on contact. But this is a really good start to the game from the Saints. They're right in this contest. Their fans are involved. Their pressure's been outstanding. And they've got a nice little lead here as well.
Oh, it's very well coached by Alan Richardson and his staff so far. I reckon they've got just about every tactic right so far, Richo, and they're being able to make it happen, which is another thing, knowing what to happen and to get it to happen. There's Bartel looking inside. Let's see how long they can sustain it. That's often the difference between the good and the average. Duncan, short little ball, Motlop.
Well, look, if the pressure remains like this, and they'll be in it to the end.
Knocked away by Noons. Looks like Noons is following Motlop when Motlop's forward as well. So keep an eye on that. Richo, here is Motlop. Little soccer out of the hands here. Will gather possession. Can go the short one to Murdoch, and he does. Murdoch marks on the wing.
So now Murdoch just pressing pause for a moment. Zach Smith's got off his man again. He's causing a bit of damage forward. Handball was partially smothered, and then Gregson had a bit of a fumble back to Zach Smith. Gonna have to put boot to ball. Clumsy, awkward-looking kick, but effective. And just 15. Barely there to Kirsten.
Well, Zach Smith, he's getting a lot of possessions forward to the centre at the moment. He's had 5 disposals. I reckon nearly all of those have been forward half of the ground. So you'd be happy if your ruckman's doing that.
Been a multiple goal kicker 7 times this year, Shane Kirsten. It's his 13th game tonight. It's his most ever in a season to date. And this is what they pay him to do, Shane Kirsten. And again, the Cats a little errant in front of goal early.
Yeah, they're drifting right down that end of the set shots.
There are some unique circumstances in this stadium. That is one of them, Richo. That kick is often that way, and the other end, of course, the slider that we know about. So they should be aware of that. They come out in the ground and warm up, and any good forward would be having a half a dozen shots from all various angles to get a feel of it. Here's Robertson. High footy. McCartan's had to come all the way up. Might get the free here. Against Lonigan, I think it is, for the hold. No, it's going the other way. Gee. Blitzarves, Guthrie. The run here now, Ruggles. Goes inside 50. No winner in the air, offhand, Savage. They'd love to get it in his hands kicking. Savage, they like him to take the kick back in the middle. Here's Weller, got it back to Savage now. Handball over the top, they're through. Ross can give it to Stephen if he wants. Over the top, got to be quick, Dunstan. He is a little bit too firm for Stephen. And he just couldn't quite handle the pace of that handball. Geelong, McCarthy, brilliant contested ball win. Robinson's able to steal it away. Have a look at this. They are open here. Plenty on. Gresham marks inside 50. Rewalt wanted it. Looks at him and says, "You've got to be kidding." And the young man going to himself, "Oh no, I've done this to the skipper."
Oh yeah, the skipper was there and he wanted the handball received. Oh look, he was in 2 minds. He was within his rights to run and have a shot at goal as well.
If you torch the skipper, you've got to kick the goal though, Richard. That's the lesson there.
You feel for him because that would have been in his mind. He would have been running going, "Gee, I'm in a good position to kick the goal here, but gee, I've got the skipper there as well. Do I give it to him?" And it's probably why he missed.
And uncharacteristic mistakes as well for the Cats. Harry Taylor just popped that one out of bounds in the full.
But the other thing that could have happened there is Rewalt could have encouraged him to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios there.
Nunes has driven this one long, and he got a great piece of it. Another one to the Saints. They've kicked their 4th goal of the first quarter.
Gee, I'm not sure if he was having a shot or not there, but he got great purchase on the ball and it just kept going. None of the players ahead of him thought it was going to make the distance, and it cleared the goal line and continues this fantastic first quarter for the St Kilda Footy Club, who've turned up to compete with the premiership favourites here tonight.
Brent Wallace there, the umpire, by the way, has in a late replacement replaced Jacob Mollison.
That's Terry's son, is it?
Terry Wallace's son, Brent, and he's doing a fine job, I might add.
Sure is.
Progressing to the big time, so we congratulate him.
He made the choice to leave footy young, didn't he? Take up umpiring.
He played TAC Cup, so he's a good player. Here's Murdoch trying to shrug the Minchington tackle, did well, gobbled up his own defensive throw up then. Now to Montagna. They are on fire, the Saints. Here's another gun in Armitage. Armitage can go short to Gresham if he sees him back inside. Gresham wanted the footy, didn't get it on that occasion. Poor kick, now he gets it. Little spinning pirouette with a bit of a stiff arm in the middle of it. High footy, Bruce! Oh. Boy, he should have been played that, or should he?
He had a lot of it.
He asks the question, he looks to the scoreboard, and he looked to have enough of it for me.
Well, he had 4 or 5 touches, but he never really controlled it. It used to be the old 3-touch rule, didn't it? But he never controlled it.
They are looking exciting at the moment. The Saints, Stephen, got a little clip round the head. Umpire said play on. Hickey got it out now. Minchington kick round the body. Couldn't quite drag it back enough. Their speed's starting to become an issue. Let's have a look at the Bruce mark in real time. and probably didn't ever really control it, did he? But their leg speed at the moment,
They do. They
making
do
the
look quick.
Cats look a little bit slow.
Oh, this is a good game of footy now. Geelong know they've got to play good footy. Here is Dangerfield. Little one along the groin. Surely that can't be deliberate. It's come off a player with half a smother. Good decision by the umpire.
But some good umpiring here. The mark wasn't paid. Didn't feel the pressure from the crowd.
Electric start here from the Saints. Smith ragdolling Hickey. Armitage with the stiff arm on Selwood. Cleared a bit of space. Now Ross, left footer, remember. Gregson did well.
Now, your point is spot on, Das. When it gets into open space, the Saints look to have more run at this stage. Really troubling the Cats when they can get it out and run and carry.
An explosive start to this game from the St Kilda Footy Club. Hickey slaps it down for Ross. He appeared to be dragged without the footy. We'll play the big man, Zach Smith, athletically got it back to Gregson off hands. Blitzarves couldn't gather it. Gresham got involved. Now Revolt just jams it on the boot, going back with a fly, and really good effort from Stephen.
Yeah, that was hanging in the air. Stephen only had eyes for the footy. Good mark. Lingy, Paddy Dangerfield's gone to full forward. Is that Gilbert that's picked him up down there?
Yeah, it is Sam Gilbert who's gone with him. So Seb Ross is going to go with him when he's in the middle part of the ground, but Gilbert when Patrick Dangerfield has a rest up forward. But you guys are right, St Kilda's pressure outstanding, and then when they win the ball, they are running them off the feet right now.
Kicked 3 goals to go with the 8 assists Richo spoke about versus Carlton last week. This would be an enormous start for St Kilda. Didn't get it in anywhere near the direction he wanted to, Stephen. So a little let off there for the Cats.
Come this side of the post, Corey.
So Seb Ross has had an outstanding first quarter, 11 disposals, and he spent a fair bit of time opposed to Dangerfield.
That man and his staff have coached extremely well. His team have gone out there and executed what looks to be a good plan. And now Geelong, if they're the side they are, they will find a way through all of this. 16-point St Kilda lead, minute and a half remaining in the game.
Get on, play on. You, mate.
Umpire tells him to go. Mackie obliges. High ball, Kirsten got knocked it back into the corridor. Good play, Bartel to Dangerfield. A little too close to each other. Back to Kirsten. Nice handball by Kirsten. In right there, selling a little bit of hand candy. Good kick down the line it was to Menzel. Just a touch high. Now Geary mops up out of bounds on the full. I think that will be. It is. So Geelong with a chance here with just under a minute.
So Danger will have his 10th disposal, so he's still getting plenty of the footy, but that's only his 3rd kick.
And he drives it as long and as powerfully as he can. Zach Smith had a good look at that ball. Ground level Menzel. Fed it out to Selwood. Look at the strength from Selwood. Bulldozed his way through. Rewalt's got to play defender here and Bartel, and he did it nicely.
I think the stat for Danger is the metres gained, only 77 so far. So that tells you he hasn't been running and carrying and kicking the ball 50 metres like he normally does. So you would say that they've been able to control him in this first quarter.
Nice to have a quiet quarter and still have 10 touches.
Oh, no, it is ridiculous that we're saying that.
But it's a fair standard that he sets. And this is a good play here from St Kilda. Late stages of this first quarter, and Nunes couldn't keep it in.
I reckon Alan Richardson would get in and say, no, we'll give that a tick, though, because he hasn't really been able to hurt us on the scoreboard so far.
So Dangerfield's had 10. His direct tagging opponent, Seb Ross, has had 11.
And he's been more effective, I think, at this stage.
A couple of inside 50 entries with Seb Ross and his 11 touches.
You're at the front ball. There you go.
So 20 seconds remaining. Paddy Dangerfield, there he is, and that has been the flavour of this first quarter. Seb Ross, do you or don't you tag? And that question will be ultimately answered at the end of this game. Smith to Selwood, high tackle Hickey. So they've got time here. 15 seconds. I'm surprised the runners out there not reminding them or telling them how long left. Little one to Ruggles, chips it inside 50. Good spot to chip it there. In front, couldn't mark it. Webster, off hands McCarthy. Gilbert just stiff arms his way out of it. Found Dunstan, siren sounds. Entertaining quarter of football. Had a little bit of everything in there.
Hickey slapped it down, Blitzarves. Now Danger, well played. Rewalt came in, intercepted the possession. Nunes, now Armitage, tried to just work his way through some traffic. They did it well to Seb Ross, who started this game on fire. Bruce just misread the timing of his jump. And now it's the Cats' turn to reload through Selwood. Kicks long down the line. over the head of the man we just heard from, Geary. He's got Menzel at the moment and about to be thrown.
Bristol was very good at telling his teammates where to stand at any particular time as well, Das.
A long way away.
Just outside 50.
With a couple of extra expletives attached to it.
Yeah.
Just get out of the way, Bristol.
Move up.
I'm not outside 50 yet. I don't think it fit when he was around.
Move up. Got to be at least a kick and a half away. And I reckon Paddy McCartan could turn into that. Here's Enright. Harry Taylor wasn't sure whether to give it back to him or not. And in the end, he probably made the wrongie.
Play on!
Noons and Webster. Webster fires the ball long and deep. Membry trying to get his man Harry Taylor under the footy, and so far they've not kicked it down the line that I can remember once where Geelong have been able to pick it off in the air. Here's Weller. Real tough little nugget there he is. In amongst all of this is Wright, who kicked his first goal in footy tonight. And St Kilda at this stage maintaining the rage here. Still full of this pressure that we've seen them apply in the first.
A lot of numbers around this one. Selwood caught one high.
High! Bumped him high. Clear out, Josh, now.
So he's got lower and harder. Drew the free kick. The kick's hung in the air a little bit. They got a good look at it, the Saints.
All right, Geelong advantage, advantage.
We're going to take the advantage. Motlop, brilliantly done. Got around Robert and like he wants to stand there, try to take on Wright. And he's popped a handball up. Well done, Wright. He's got some aggression about him. That man kicked a couple of goals in the first quarter. Here they come again. Ball was well weighted out there for Armitage. Now Akers pops it out the back. Rewalt down there over the top. Henderson, Pollack's Rewalt picked it up. Bruce Handball over the top. Can he get boot to ball? Got dumped by Harry Taylor, Matt Weller. Well done, Taylor. Saved a certain goal.
Two great defensive efforts. Henderson came off his man and spoilt Nick Rewalt and hurt him as well. And then Harry Taylor saved the goal with that tackle.
Saints are in the wars. Rewalt's down. Wright's been removed from the ground, Lingy. He's gone straight down the tunnel, so I'd like you to check on that if you can.
Yeah, he copped a couple. He copped a knock about 2 minutes before he copped that big tackle. So he's been in the wars a little bit. I'll find out what exactly it is when I get the chance.
Good handball, McCarthy to Gregson. Look at that for a little low sizzler. Blitzarves wants to go around the corner. Good-looking ball. Now Kirsten gets a look from a very comfortable distance and angle.
Yeah, so go back to Henderson and Harry Taylor. Saved a certain goal. Nick Rewalt's okay. That's good to see. But then fantastic transition from the point kick in. Kirsten should kick this one. Missed one earlier in the game.
That's Nick Rewalt's personal trainer. Kevin Bartlett used to have one that only ran out for him. No one else. Kirsten comes in and he kicks the goal. Geelong have got their second, the start they needed in the second.
Yeah, good start for the Cats. Nice kick from Kirsten. Slick ball movement down the ground. An important goal for the Cats to get them going in the second quarter. Did KB ever try and share that water boy with anyone?
No, Lyle Johnson was his name. He was a great character in footy, and he was KB's personal trainer.
He was still at Richmond in '93, Lyle, yeah, I remember him. So this was it. Henderson there, that spoiled. Gee, no wonder Rewalt was sore. And then this tackle. And then from the resulting point kick in, they went the full length of the ground. Kirsten finished it off.
Selwood to Dangerfield. Get the feeling we're going to call that a lot in the coming years. And it spills out to Duncan. He glides across the turf. Little left footer. Tricky one from Menzel. We'll play back there by Geary. This is Matt Weller. Former Gold Coast son. Membry in the lead-up target. Harry Taylor, brilliantly done. Little fumble down there from Ross. Got it back to Weller. Under some pressure, Akers had to concede some ground to Geary again, who now drives it down the line. They've got targets down there. Well done. Lonergan did exceptionally well.
Their handball intensity is right on the money at the moment, St Kilda. They're getting rid of it crisply and quickly.
Well, they haven't let the Cats spread from stoppages and score. Normally Geelong are good at scoring clearance. They turned it over here.
Yeah, the pressure there allows Minchington and Chris Scott furious.
And there's pressure there again, but their pressure around the stoppages, not letting Geelong break away and score, has been really good tonight.
This from Ruggles, that is the turnover kick. Wanted it to go to Mackie, just caught it off the instep a little. And a little high as well. But that's what their pressure does, even if it's just inferred. And as a result, Minchington from a comfortable distance for him. That one looks pretty damn good as well. So the Saints get their 5th goal.
Nice kick there from Minchington. It's a ripping game of football, really intriguing game.
Well, when you do things well like they are pressure-wise, that almost permeates the rest of the team. It's engaging,
Spreads,
isn't
yeah,
it?
it does.
Yeah.
It spreads through the group, BT, and it creates easy scoring opportunities when you put good pressure on. You get big turnovers, easy to score.
So the Saints get the quick reply through Minchington.
Play the footy.
And now it's Hickey and Stanley. Back in the centre, Selwood, Guthrie and Dangerfield. At this bounce along with Armitage. And Ross and Dunstan for St Kilda. Spills in the direction of Ross. Stanley went after the foot. He's been outstanding, said Ross, so far in this game. Well played, Hickey too. And the soccer off the ground. Free kick, that'll be to Bruce. They just searched it for Richo. And Bruce found himself in the right spot.
There's nothing pretty about that centre clearance at all as danger looks on. That was just keep at it, get it moving forward any way you can. Kick off the ground. And Henderson got caught out by it. There was nothing he could do defensively really there. He just got caught out and grabbed at Bruce. Bruce would have chest marked it if he didn't. This is a big shot here.
He's a dangerous forward, Richo, this man now. 74 goals he's kicked in his last 34 games coming into tonight. And for an outstanding start to this game for St Kilda. And Bruce kicks his first goal.
Yeah, nice kick from Josh Bruce. That's 25 goals. Now, this year, kicked 50 last year. So he's a chance to get there again this year, and he does a lot of hard work up the ground. He's got a huge tank, big work rate. And the forward line's starting to take shape for the future with McCartan, Bruce and Membry.
Have a look at the free kick here. Clever by Hickey, just getting it forward. Lockie Henderson, just in desperation, grabbing at that arm. It was just there, but he certainly did grab the arm and didn't allow Bruce to go back to the footy. St Kilda, we've said it already tonight, they are playing great footy, great pressure, and their ball movement worrying the Cats.
It's infectious the whole way they're playing. They're all getting into the groove here. Poor kick, I think it was by Savage. He's one of their best kicks in the team, by the way. Now Dangerfield able to run his full journey, sends it deep into a 3-on-1. Kirsten was never going to get there. Robertson, Gilbert and Geary all ganged up on him. And now Robertson, gee, a little slow getting rid of the ball. Got it to Montagna. This is dangerous as well. Hickey had it knocked away. McCarthy there, he took him on. Did he get him high?
Advantage.
Great play from Montagna. The follow-up tackle was brilliant. Now a chance for Membry. Bouncing through the middle of the Etihad Stadium. Stephen provides a run. Rewalt, he's got an option forward. He weighted the kick pretty well, and it's the little man Gresham's got it. So great ball movement.
That was just great run again. They've got some terrific runners in open space, this team.
Gresham's got a moving target he likes. McCartan's lead was brilliant. The kick was perfect. And what about St Kilda in this game?
Yeah, their run from half back there, they just ran in waves down the ground. As we have a look at this one, was Montagna's left arm over his shoulder? Well, it appeared to be there. You'd need to see another angle, but to me, the left arm looked high over the shoulder. Contentious at the moment, we know. Wasn't paid. They've gone the length of the ground with great run and a great lead by McCartan.
How exciting is this for Saints fans? The #1 draft pick kicked the first goal of the match tonight. And you get a good look at what confronts him. McCartan just to the wrong side of the post. So that would have been a great moment. 3 goals in a row they were searching for, but 24 points is the lead.
That's a free kick. I mean, he was taken around the shoulder, he was caught high and should have been paid a free kick.
And to make matters worse for him, Richo, Lincoln McCarthy has just gone down into the rooms to get checked out. Looked sore from an ankle, perhaps from that tackle. Maybe just the ankle rolling a little bit underneath. Nathan Wright also still getting checked out by the docs for St Kilda. Looks to be a shoulder injury at the moment.
It's their first miss from a set shot tonight, the Saints. 4 goals, 1, and you can't give that right post away. Here they come again, Savage. The run of Jack Stevens has been incredible tonight. sends it high, gives them a chance. Taylor elevated early. In amongst it is Minchington. Desperate at ground level was McCartan. And Geelong desperate to get this over the line, but they know they can't do it.
BT,
Otherwise they'll be nailed, Lingy.
BT, you know what I can sense down here? St Kilda fans really believing right now. They are loving the way their team's playing. But they came here tonight, maybe not that hopeful. Well, they are believing they can win it.
Oh, they're going to get another look at it again here, Lingy. It spills into the lap of Savage, and it's pressure and perceived pressure. The Cats are making mistakes that you just wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, they're trapped deep in their defence there, Geelong. You can't run the ball over the boundary line. Blitzas had to keep it alive. He had to throw it on his boot. The Saints defenders have pressed up really well. And it's just a great setup they have at the moment.
Former Hawk, Shane Savage, led the Saints last week in meters gained with 619. Great opportunity for him now. A little stuttering approach. And he too has steered this one right across the face.
Players like Jack Stephen are just the most important players nearly to have in a team. You can break a line, you can burst out of traffic, run your full measure and then kick 50 metres. They're just so invaluable.
Incredible, both Jack Stephen and Patchy Dangerfield, born 8 days apart, lived 8 kilometres apart. Both mad surfers, both with the Geelong Falcons footy factory, of course. A lot of similarities at the moment. It's Jack Stephen getting it done. Here's Montagna. The pressure again delivering for the Saints. In there was McCartan. Got it out to Membry. Got the kick away and right there to save the day. Now Motlop and Geelong on the counter-attack. Can they get it out quick enough before St Kilda set up behind the ball? No, they cannot. So not only going forward here, the Saints, but quick in transition defence.
Kolajasny to Ruggles, takes a bounce. The youngster Ruggles in that one finds Henderson. So they have set up really well tonight, the Saints. Look up again, there's nothing on offer apart from that, which is long and down the line. Went on Stanley, former Saint, chipped in front of Nick Revolt.
Geelong have been able to move the ball from one end to the other pretty well this year, but haven't been able to see that tonight because of the pressure. Now they have to go backwards.
Oh, that one hung in the air a bit as well. McCartan had a look at it with Henderson, and it's really stop-start play at the moment from the Cats. It's not their normal flow and ability to break the lines. Now Blitzars has worked really hard.
That's just gut run.
No one better at it than that man. Could have been an Olympic steeplechaser in Rio in 41 days' time had he chosen that path. But here come the Saints again. Really working it hard from half-back.
Here comes the running machine. Jack Stephen grabs it. What a great run down from McCarthy it was. Fed it out and Enright deliberately tapping it over. And umpire Wallace absolutely spot on then. Could not have been a better decision, I reckon. He had no other intentions than the boundary line there.
It was a good run-down tackle. It was Kolajasny. It was a great chase.
Hickey over the top, couldn't mark, recovered his own ball. Party trick handball. Minchington through traffic. It's raining goals for the Saints. He's got a couple.
Oh, this is a big lead now. 5-goal lead to St Kilda. Well organised, working extremely hard. And things happen for you when it's a team effort like this tonight. Every player's playing his role perfectly. Minchington, that's just a small forward, putting pressure on, getting a goal. That was his second.
Back this way.
Tom Hickey here, absolutely brilliant. First the marking contest, then the follow-up, then the quick hands to Minchington. Tom Hickey is developing into a superb ruckman. He dominated Carlton a couple of weeks back. Big influence tonight as well.
We were here last Saturday night and watched this Geelong side dismantle the Western Bulldogs. Can't believe that a week later we're here and it's the Saints who are taking them apart here tonight.
It's a great competition, isn't it? When you've got a team that's a premiership favourite. The Saints can play exciting footy, but they haven't been able to do it against the top teams. Well, they are tonight.
Love the way Seb Ross has gone about his football tonight. McCartan provided a good lead. It was Taylor at full stretch, having to work overtime to make sure that mark wasn't taken.
He's a big unit, isn't he? Look at the size of him, Paddy McCartan. He's going to rip some games to pieces in the future. Like what I'm seeing from him.
And he's just starting to develop a little bit of a tank. Still got a bit of work to go to work on his fitness, but as he's getting better and better in that area, he can get to more contests, Richo. And as you said, when he does get to those contests, he influences them no matter what. He either marks it or he crashes the pack.
You had a bit to do with him, Lee. You coached him at school football, and he's got a nice bit of aggression about him too, Paddy McCartan.
Yeah, love that part of his game.
Indeed, it's all being on show here tonight. Selwood muscled it out to Enright. Handball to Bartel under pressure. Was hoping to get it through traffic there. Now the hard-running Saints. Armity's looking to get it into space. Here is McCartan. There's a little bit of what Lingy was talking about. The tank, while sitting on backside. Handball to Weller. Weller out wide. Dunstan possession. Wrong side for the left footer. Ducks back. Wants a runner. Nothing there. Sends it long. Here's Bruce. Got to beat three. Blitzarv. Sensational grab.
He's an important part of this machine, Blitzarv, is to have him floating around the midfield and go back and take marks like that, Richo. The reigning best and fairest winner.
Yeah, that was a terrific mark. And as you just said, he just covers the ground so well, can get to plenty of contests.
It's a brilliant kick from Boris Enright. Selwood probably would have liked his time again and marked it. Akers and Dunstan pretty happy to see that one across through the interchange race down there for a boundary throw-in. There it is, Blitzarv's reigning best and fairest winner. And now Guthrie back into the side after missing last week, late withdrawal with the illness. Now Dunstan, they're getting in a little lower and harder at the moment too. Dunstan might have been taken high, he was. And they're away here through Armitage.
They are. Peels off the handball to Savage. Little up and under to Weller. He's hard. Goes at the footy. Even though Bartel was there. Beautiful kick. McCartan on the lead. Probably should have grabbed it. Umpire calls play on Bartel. Back to Taylor. Murdoch with a fumble. Saints are there. Boy, are they banging in. Geelong are running every which way at the moment. But it appears St Kilda come out with the footy every time. Menzel with a ripping tackle on the Saints skipper. McCartan looks like he's been dazed big time. And a 50 here for the Cats.
And he's missed games this year. Paddy McCartan with concussion. Had a couple of weeks off. He looks a little bit sick and sorry right now. The doctors will check him out and they'll take really a cautious approach with Paddy.
I thought a good look about that replay, Richard. It looked like it was a genuine whack to the nose, wasn't it? And
yeah, I don't reckon this is a concussion. Well, we really hope it isn't. He's got the claret obviously coming out of the snoz there, so he'll have that taped up. As you can see here, Harry Taylor went to spoil the open hand and got him on the end of the nose.
Brings a few tears to the eyes.
Oh, that hurts.
A lot of fun, but I'm with you, Rich. I'm hoping that's just going to take a couple of minutes and the big fella will be back out there. Now, Dan Menzel, he's been in good form. 11 goals, 2 he's kicked in the last 3 weeks. He's having to wait for the blood rule to clear, and he's looking as though he's going to try and go the distance here. He does. He unloads a big winding drop punt, and in doing so just sprayed it across the face.
What tonight shows me is that if you're a good side like Geelong, which you can't just flick the switch and it happens. It takes probably a quarter or 2 to get back in the groove.
Yeah, and you can't just flick the switch against teams in this competition. You've got to come out ready to go, and the Saints were just a little bit harder to play against early tonight.
Beautiful pickup by Hawkins.
Long way to go, though.
Duncan likewise. But look at the pressure. Every time Geelong get it, there's a St Kilda player about to tackle them. This would be sensational for the coaching staff to watch, I would have thought, as Delaney ultimately gets the free kick in the back half.
Yeah, that was Tom Hawkins' first possession, that little half-volley pick-up before, so hasn't had a look in this game at all. Short one to Gilbert.
So the Cats have just got to put a clamp on this run that St Kilda have been able to generate on the outside. That'll be the biggest focus moving into the second half.
I think Rewalt, it's brilliant to see him as a midfield at the moment, covering heaps of ground, and now they're patient in this build-up. That's a dangerous kick through the middle. Bruce taken off it by Enright fairly, said the umpire. And so now can the Cats make them pay? And again, that's just a strange decision. He's been important, this man Nathan Wright. Kicked a couple, Stephen takes them all on. Bursts through the pack, out the back, launching up, tempted mark. There's Membry down there, Henderson working back, and he'll find Zach Smith.
I reckon Membry and Weller there, they went for the same ball. I reckon it was Membry's. I think he's the more reliable marking target.
Beautiful hands by Guthrie. Duncan got Montagna to try and run him down from behind, but found Stanley. I think too far out to score. Stanley goes across the ground here with a really long but high ball to Henderson, and he's 5 metres closer. He'll still have to kick it from 48. Henderson, or is it Lonigan? It is, in fact, Lonigan. It is. Drifted down.
It's got a bit of length on it, that Mo, now, hasn't it? For Tommy.
Bit of sharpness about it.
It's nearly into waxing territory.
So there's the angle. Lonigan appears to be not certain about the journey, but I think he is. Pretty good. A really important goal for the Cats from Lonigan.
Wow, that's great. As a defender, coming down the fat side of the ground and giving your teammates something to look at across the ground. Just sort of snuck inside 50, Lonigan. Nice finish. That's crept up on me, that Moe. Didn't notice that coming for Tom Lonigan. I'm really enjoying it, BT.
Yes. Bit of chopper about it.
That's doing plenty, that Moe. A nice goal. And I really like that moustache that Lonigan's got going there. I reckon he should keep going with it, BT.
Yeah, he's put a bit of time into that one. It's almost bristle-like, that from Lonigan. And here go the Saints again. They've been able to get the quick reply a couple of times tonight. Nunes, Bruce running back with the flight, just over his head. He's got time to go back. Cough the handball up, though, looking for Armitage. Armitage, some good pressure. Support from Mackie for the Cats. Little 1-2 with Bartel. Tracking along the boundary line. And now Gilbert got back in front of Kirsten, played it really nicely, Sam Gilbert. To Geary. He's mic'd up for us tonight. Looking forward to hearing more of that. And that kick's good to a man who's on fire, Seb Ross.
Here they go again. Dunstan now on the march forward. Little left foot kick out wide. Found an opportunity. Back inside. Here they go, the Saints. What a kick it is. And once again on target. So at the moment, St Kilda are just completely outplaying the Cats. Minchington will line up for his 3rd goal.
Well, they've forced the Geelong defenders to defend. They haven't allowed them to set up and get their good structure in place.
And Lingy, McCartan.
Yeah, just sitting on the bench at the moment. The doctors have had a look at him, but no signs of the concussion, which I'm hopeful means he'll come back onto the ground.
I think I saw the doctor just give the thumbs up there, so he'll be back on the ground. Minchington kicks his 3rd goal, 4th of the quarter for the Saints. So well done. Minchington in this quarter has managed to kick 3 of St Kilda's 4 goals, gives them a game-high 30-point lead here into red time in the 2nd quarter. So just under 3 minutes remaining. Good effort by him.
Straight back, guys. Clear the circle.
Here's the doctor giving the thumbs up about Paddy McCartan, but he's still just sitting there on the bench with 2 minutes 59 to go, not making any movement to get back out in the ground. I just wonder if they'll leave him there, take the half-time break, and let him get into that 3rd quarter nice and fresh to have a big impact on this game.
He's been pretty important for them. Paddy McCartan, great news for the game's sake that he looks as though he's going to be okay. Geary almost claimed the mark in the end. This is Delaney.
Throw! Geelong.
So, opportunity for Hawkins.
Calm down. No, calm down.
So this is an important kick inside 50 here. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get the distance. Be handy to get another one back.
He's a pretty big kick though, isn't he, Murdoch?
Yeah, I reckon he's nearly got the journey from here. It'll be a question of accuracy. If he hits it sweet, he's certainly got the distance.
So he loads up. And Lee might have been right on the money all the way to the line. Umpire in the best position said it was touched. So it was a centimetre or two away.
I'll claim Darcy. He didn't quite get it sweet. That's my out clause.
Well done, Lingy. The Cats are the #1 centre clearance team in the comp, and they've been able to walk it out of there during the year and score and then set up their back line behind that. That hasn't happened tonight. It's even in there tonight. Break even in the middle tonight, and the Saints are a massive chance.
And subdued their two best players. Even though Selwood and Dangerfield have 15 and 14 respectively, they haven't had a big impact on the game, have they?
We haven't seen those clear centre clearances where they just break away, get it forward, and then just press up.
Gee, that's a good kick from Murdoch, who's looking for Dangerfield, and a free kick to Dangerfield here. So Paddy Dangerfield, speak of the devil, is about to influence the game right here and right now. Big kick just before half-time. There's the free kick.
Yeah, Joey was just worried about Dangerfield overhead there. We know he's strong overhead in the marking contest, and Montagna knew that. He was concerned and gave away the free kick.
Only the second person in history to have 100 inside 50s by round 13, the other being the great Nathan Buckley. Gives you an idea of how well he's gone. A little bit of left to right about this as well. Dangerfield nails the goal. Big time goal it was just before half-time.
So a couple of goals in a row here for the Cats, gets them back to a 23-goal margin at half-time. So they've hung in there. The Saints have been by far the better side in the first half, but 2 late goals here before half-time. They'll go in, they'll reassess things. Chris Scott will tinker with it. We're in for a good second half here tonight.
Pretty important minute 23 this before half-time. The Cats would love to sneak another one, and likewise Alan Richardson. Given how well they've played, they feel like 23 points is the minimum lead that they deserve, Richo.
Yeah, and they've dropped Rewalt back as a +1 here. They don't want Geelong to get another goal before half-time.
It's Gresham, though, is going to send them forward. The other way, Bruce in pretty good position, good courage, back with a flight. The Cats' defence combining well. It was Kolodjasny, spills out to Membry round the body. Lonergan back there. And they've got the numbers and the experience here through Enright. Short one to Ruggles.
Back a metre, back a metre.
So that's smart play. Alan Richardson, get Rewalt behind the ball for this last minute and a half.
He's coached really well tonight, he and Danny Sexton and Adam Kingsley, senior staffers down there, have done a good job in this first half.
And that's what he can do as a +1. He can float in and take marks easily, Rewalt. If he's got no pressure on him and he can jump at it, he'll mark it every time.
Now look at Armitage on the bench. You can't see him. He's telling the runner. Now the runner's quickly running around the boundary line. You see him come into play here in a minute. He said, get out there and tell him there's 26 seconds left.
1 metre, Steve.
So Akers from the boundary line with a real difficult kick. A real difficult kick. On the way, won't quite get the journey off hands. So a 24-point St Kilda margin here.
Bartel to himself, full back. Ross again has been outstanding. 18 possessions in this first half. Had a fair bit of time on Paddy Dangerfield, as Richo and Lingy have pointed out. You wouldn't think there'd be any more scoring with just 3 seconds remaining. Hickey Stanley tried to boot it out of midair, and there is the halftime siren. And we have got a great contest on our hands. St Kilda have been outstanding. 8-6-54, the Cats 4-6-2.
Second half, St Kilda by 24 points.
Strap yourself in for this second half. Big opportunity for the Saints here. Good tackle from Hickey. Got down low, the big man. Socked forward by Stephen. Look at the leg speed to Ross. And the Saints start the way they started the first half. McCann got rid of his man. Oh, a good mark. Oh,
wow.
On the ball, please.
So Lonergan, the push. Looked a 50-50 one first glance, Richo.
Yeah, I'd love another look at it. The umpire was in good position.
Well, the umpire doesn't get another look at it, Richo. He has to make the decision.
No, but he was right there. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I think it was probably there. It was just, though. It wasn't a big push. Oh, no, that's a mark. That was his arm.
Yep.
That was one hand on his arm. That's a mark. That's not a push.
Yeah, I think they'd look at that and they'd realise they've made a little bit of a mistake there, Rich. I think you're right.
That's just using your body and timing of a forward, and he did it beautifully. His hands were outstanding.
There was no hands in the back there. It was his arm that he had his resting then. It was almost a stiff arm, not a push.
Big let off for the Cats. Let's see if they can capitalise. Here's Noons also doing a good job tonight. High ball. Lonigan this time. A little push to Paddy. I wonder whether that might have been the evener. We know they don't do that, of course. Here's Paddy McCartan looking for Bruce. He was going back to push off his man. Couldn't get contact. Henderson didn't let him go. And now the Cats have possession of the ball as a direct result.
That's where Bruce wanted it. Bruce wanted to turn around and come back at the footy. The kick was just a little off.
Saints have done a pretty good job in this match of trapping the Cats in their forward half of the ground, St Kilda, and making this long, slow play down the line. As you said earlier, when Nick Ruvold is free in these marking contests, he's going to grab them every time.
Yeah, their ball movement hasn't been there tonight, but it's because of the pressure of St Kilda.
Just pops it down, looking in the Bruce direction. Big pack forms. They bring it to ground. Well taken by Mackie. Clean, crisp hands back there defensively. And now Duncan releases Selwood. And again, they just get held up when you think there might be some fluid movement. Good hands from Stanley.
Any defence when they're put under pressure when the opposition gets first use. And
Motlop out of the loop. Gets the wheels going, didn't think about going for goal, wanted someone to come at him. Eventually, Blitzarms does, fires the handball backwards here to Dangerfield, and a neat little kick over the top. So this is the start they needed here, the Cats. And you can't afford to start this anywhere right of the goalpost thinking you've got to kick a goal. You've got to get at the left side of the right goalpost, or it will not be a goal.
And they got some quicker ball movement then. It was one time tonight where they got it into the forward line quickly.
Dan Menzel here. They kicked 2 of the last 3 goals in the second quarter. Only a kick of 30 metres out. Menzel starts it where he needed to, and he hits the post. So can't quite work it out there. Bit of a let-off.
Is it almost when you're a little bit more central that it goes left to right more, or is they in that pocket as well?
I think it's there as well, but that one, he certainly nailed it fairly well, Ritso, so it didn't come back like I thought it would.
Play on! Hold!
It's Montagna. Little hesitation, and then a short one to Gilbert.
Oh, no.
Well, this could be a really costly turnover. McCarthy got a gift, and that really hurts. The Cats get the first of the second half.
Yeah, well done, Geelong. Force the Cats into, force the Saints into kicking it into the middle of the ground, right in front of goal, 20 metres out. That's a dangerous kick. And McCarthy has made the Saints pay. And that margin now is back to 17 points. And the Saints had a couple of inside 50 opportunities to score first in this quarter. They didn't. The Cats got a bit of ball movement going their way. And she's game on here. The last 3 goals to the Cats.
So they have kicked 3 of the last 4 goals in the game, the Cats. And they're back in business. They're within 17, out of the middle, the clearance to go with it. Smith just bangs it and sends it Hawken down. Hawkins protects the drop zone of the ball absolutely to perfection.
And they're all getting over to Zach Smith, the on-ballers. That's just whack it as hard as you can, straight down the middle. The Saints couldn't get any third man in assistance for Delaney, and if you don't get it and Hawkins is one out like that, he's going to mark it 9 times out of 10.
Here come the Cats. Hawkins for his second to get it back to 11 points. Tom Hawkins kicks the goal. What have St Kilda got now? Two to Hawkins, 2 to Geelong in this quarter, and 4 of the last 5 goals belong to Geelong. So it's an 11-point margin here now, after 2 quick ones in the third quarter. Have they got the composure, St Kilda, to find a way out of this?
Really clever play there by Zach Smith, just getting it forward to Tom Hawkins in a one-on-one, and amazingly, That is Geelong's first score from a clearance tonight. They average 42 points a game from clearances, but tonight St Kilda have restricted them really well.
Yeah, they're going to come again here, the Cats. You just knew that they would relaunch here in the second half. Enright's kick a little directed out the back though. Stanley releasing handball for Guthrie. He's got McCarthy. He's going to line this one up and make no mistake. That's 2 goals to McCarthy, and they've kicked the last 4 goals of the game, the Cats.
Yeah, they're feeling it now, the Cats. It's all about the centre of the ground. They're the #1 team out of the middle. Particularly clean breakaways, Geelong. And if they get first juice, then it allows their experienced defence to set up how they want behind it. And they're starting to win it out of there now. It was pretty even. The Saints had the advantage early. It's starting to move towards the Cats now in the middle.
You just spoke about the clearances. There's another one, the second in succession.
Well, they can't afford to lose it out of the middle. If Geelong win it in the middle of the ground and get it forward first, their defence is too good. You have to win it here and put the Geelong defence...
Oh, Dangerfield to Selwood. Selwood, the long ball inside. Delaney couldn't get hold of it, neither could Montagna. Hawkins bursts out around the corner to kick his 3rd goal. Won't get the journey. Gee, the touch handball by Paddy in the middle was unreal.
Under siege here, the Saints at the moment. Montagna's kick, Enright just fisted across the boundary, throw in Richo.
And that's what happens when the Cats get first juice in the middle, get it into their forward line. If they don't score, this experienced defence will push down. Guys like Enright will intercept. They've got to win it around the clearances, St Kilda, or they can't win the game.
Well, they need some real leadership out here at the moment, the Saints. Selwood hunting the footy. It's spilled to Guthrie. That's a good tackle applied on Guthrie. It's Gresham who got it, squeezing kick forward over the head of Mavwella and Kolajasny.
You'd love to have a timeout here if you're a coach, and
Sure would. Just getting them to reset, maintain possession for a little bit. They need their on-field leaders to do that. Alan Richardson always looks calm and composed. Now Seb Ross started the first half in outstanding fashion. Revolt's kick partially smothered. Zach Smith having an impact. Now Hickey the other way. He's almost ripped out of the hands of Nunes by Duncan. Nunes regathers, drills this one down the line. Oh, Armitage, and then a Falcon straight through into the face of Kolajasny, picked up by Mavwella, kick to the goal square. Membry's going to mark it. Well-weighted kick. And Membry gets a golden opportunity.
That kick could not have been any better, Das, from Mavwella out on the point of the 50 on the boundary line. You saw his eyes. His eyes went into the middle of the ground. He never thought about the goals for 1 second. That was a terrific kick to Membry.
Played 1 game in 2 years for the Sydney Swans. Just wanted more opportunity. Kicked 5 goals last week versus Carlton. It's the 2nd time he's done that this year. This is a big moment for him. They desperately need him to convert. Shouldn't make a mistake from here. Ooh, gave it a bit of a ride, but they get a much-needed goal. The Saints. Membry gets his first.
Gee, I reckon he tried to miss that one, Membry. The left-hand post, I reckon he nearly brushed it. He didn't. It's a goal. In the paper tomorrow, it won't say anything about nearly hitting the post. It'll just say a goal to Membry, his first tonight. And they desperately needed that, to state the obvious. The Saints, they'd love to win a centre clearance here now.
Don't worry about the Tim Membry goal. Have a look at the bloke in the crowd. Very nice pair of hands there, just reaching up. The old W behind the footy, BT. You'd be proud of that, Mark, if you had have taken it.
he's kicked 30 career goals, has Membry. 27 of them have come at this ground. Here's Ross, who's right in the thick of everything that's been good about St Kilda tonight. Off hands Membry, Enright gobbles it up, Motlop. Now this is where St Kilda are able to stop the quick ball movement out in the first half. Inside it goes to Gregson, did well Montagna, got him underneath the footy. Good pick up there, Dunstan, handball, didn't get enough fist on it. Spills to Ross, there again he is. Here's Webster, low left foot kick, magnificent ball. Finds an opportunity with Akers. Akers back inside, a little too heavy there for Membry. Out the back, Nunes, gobbles it up, goal. 2 in a row, back out to a 17-point margin. He's got 2.
It's a fortune there. The kick was too hot for Membry, and Nunes made a run down the middle of the ground. Good finish. She was under pressure. Gee, Webster's kick was nice too. Out of the middle of the ground.
Yeah, that was a rip.
Piercing left footer. Started things off for them. It's a great game. Great third quarter so far. Last two to the Saints.
Back this way.
It's a nice response this from the Saints. Cats hit out, came out hard in this second half, kicked the first three, and now the Saints have responded with the next two.
Wow.
Hickey, and got the handball back. Over the top now, Kolajasny, wrapped up by Mav Weller, spills out to Selwood. Nunes' tackle was strong. It's hard to stop Selwood. He did a pretty good job of it. Now Stanley, Guthrie, Weller wants a piece of it. Got it back to Stanley. Hurries a kick forward, tried to work him under the foot. He did Hawkins. No free kicks at the umpire. Play on Kirsten. Menzel, the no-look handball to McCarthy has been important. Out to Gregson, flying shot from Corey Gregson. And he has missed.
Game hotting up now. Game on.
It's been a good game, hasn't it?
Been a cracker.
Really entertaining game to watch.
Montagna.
Maybe all games sort of this time of year should be indoors, BT.
Well, it certainly makes for a better environment, doesn't it?
Well, it does in the depths of winter.
Good crowd in tonight. All crowd at the G last night. That mark should almost be paid to Nunes. It wasn't. Hawkins gets it out to Menzel. Didn't see the traffic coming from the left, but he still kicks the goal, Menzel. And all of a sudden, Geelong back to within 10 points. And they would be disappointed.
Yeah, great goal from Menzel on his non-preferred, and it was another turnover. Turnover in your defensive 50 normally ends up going back over the goal umpire's hat. There you go, straight over his head. Dangerous spot to put the ball there, Rewalt. Menzel made him pay. Geez, it was a wobbler.
It is the way they like to play, though, St Kilda. They're courageous with their kicking through the corridor, and it was just a millimetre away.
Yeah, you got to keep trying to do it, don't you?
It's really allowed them to score, and I don't think Alan Richardson will have an issue with that aggressive style. It's the way they want to make their trademark, St Kilda. Here's Dangerfield now. They're starting to get on top in the centre clearances. As Mackie sends them deep into attack again, Robertson timed his fist pretty well. Webster comes through. And now Dunstan couldn't pick it up. Menzel had a fresh air swing. The tackle pressure was good. Well done, McCarthy. That's his role on the side. Dangerfield bursts through the handball. Back to Lincoln McCarthy. He's been really good this quarter, and he's good again. He's got 3 goals, the little man. 3 goals to Lincoln McCarthy. This game is an absolute belter, Richo.
Yes, it is.
Saints by 4 points.
He's putting together a quarter. There's Dangerfield. McCarthy's had 4 touches. He's had 3 kicks and a handball, 3 goals. That's a small forward at his best.
And he was involved there, Richo, that flying tackle on Dunstan there to create the spillage. The follow-up, sensational goal by Lincoln McCarthy. Love the fact that he's getting a run at AFL footy now. Had a horror run with broken foot. Missed about 2 years of footy. But he's playing some quality football now with the Cats.
And they've got some faster ball movement now.
15 minutes into this third quarter, Geelong have already scored more than they scored for the whole of the first half. They're down by just 4 points. They have resurrected the issues from the first half. Here's Memory. Don't think the Saints are done yet. Akers trying to knock the ball to right. Henderson kept the ball out of the way of the tacklers. Dangerfield. High tackle by Aldrich.
Head down.
Patrick Dangerfield takes off from centre half back and gets great penetration in the kick. What a wonderful kick it was to Motlop. He can go over the top if he wants. Thought about the kick, went the longer version, found Murdoch. And Murdoch takes a nice mark under Nunes' pressure. So now where do they go? Low and deep, we'll look for shot. Now McCarthy has given away the free here. No, it's going to go to McCarthy. Robin got him high first, and then he responded.
Tom.
So Robin tackled him high, and then McCarthy responded with a high tackle himself, but the initiator got it.
I love that stuff. I love it when there's a bit of lip going on.
50 metres, because it's the greatest advantage. 50 metres.
Used to be partial to a bit of that yourself, Richo, from experience. Used to engage in a bit of that.
It's just good when 4 or 5 or 6 guys get involved, and there's no physical contact, but it's just a bit of good banter going on, and there's plenty happening there.
So I'm assuming McCarthy doesn't take the kick because it's 50 metres, is it? And that's why Murdoch's got it. Murdoch comes in, hammers it home, and he kicks the goal. So it'll be intriguing to have a look at this. It was behind the play when Murdoch was setting up to have a ping at the goals. Now, this is live vision here now, in reaction to what happened. And we're about to show you the replay of what did happen. Have a look in the middle of your screen. High, you can see McCarthy running. Robertson grabs him by the neck, and then McCarthy gives a push to Robertson.
Which was it? The initial contact?
one.
The initial one's what he paid.
Yep.
Right.
So after 71 minutes of play, it's the Cats in the lead for the first time. They've kicked 6 goals to 2 in this third quarter. And the big challenge rests back on the shoulders of the Saints. What can they do? Hickey and Zach Smith. Now Akers charging off the centre wing. Scrabbling sort of kick to centre forward. Good pick up from Stephen. Well done though by Duncan. The Cats' pressure has been fantastic this quarter. Short one on from Motlop. And he finds blitz halves.
There wasn't a lot in that free kick, by the way. You're allowed to bump blokes, surely.
Hawkins.
Need to see that a bit closer to be definitive on it.
I think it was after the bump. There was the bump first, and then he grabbed high.
Then he grabbed him, okay.
Even though it was minor, I'm sort of half with you. Tough one for the umpire, I guess. 4 field umpires here again tonight. Bartel.
Holding the ball, St. Kilda.
Heard the call there from the umpy. Very clear. Hickey,
Mark's there, hold.
the recipient, goes down the line with a nice little one over the top to Stephen. He'll come under Selwood attention. Did it well, fight off the handball. Sharp as it is. Now Akers for that final kick. Looks good to Bruce. Juggling attempt. Did well without infringing there. Ruggles.
Did really well, Ruggles.
Almost looked like one back with the flight free kick there against Ruggles. Let's have a look again. If you take your eye off the footy and you make front on contact, that's a free kick. Has to be a free kick.
He took his eyes off it. He called that well, Das.
Flick back out from Smith to Guthrie under pressure. He steered it towards the boundary line. Took a bounce at right angles back into play. Selwood, good tackle applied on Joel Selwood. Soccer off the ground's going to favour the Saints. Webster goes back to Robertson. They like to get it in this man's hands, Joey Montagna.
End zone.
Decides that long and high down the middle of this big pack. What can the Saints do? It was a fist away from Henderson. Guthrie picked it up. And now with a bit of time and space, the Cats will be able to clear to gentleman Jim Bartel.
So they've got them in a bit of a monster trap here at the moment, the Saints. They'll do well to get through this, Geelong. They need a bit of luck to work their way through this clamping defence.
So this happened a while ago. We're just going to run into replay here after McCarthy's 3rd goal. Just see Danger get the handball out. And just popped Geary right in the face with a little knee. I don't think it was deliberate. He's trying to pull his leg away, but just a bit of friendly fire there.
There's Gresham. Really good. Got to Wright. Wright sees something he likes. It's the good football using Montagna. Grabs it. Sold foot candy. Goes over the top to Weller. Weller fingertipper. 10 metres out. Tough angle, Weller.
Great kick from Joey Montagna, that was.
Could have gone for home if he'd wanted. And you're right, the length on the kick was perfect. Now, does he run around? Does he kick the drop punt? He's made up his mind. He's going to run around.
This is an easy kick, isn't it, for these players?
And does it nicely. That answers the question, Richo.
Well, they won't go away, the Saints. It's been a magic quarter from Geelong. 6 goals, 2 they've kicked from 7 entries. They're going at over 100%. So they're efficient when they... Oh, hang on, Daz. You're looking at me there.
Well, you can't go at over 100%.
Well, you can. Oh, well, you can, sort of can. It's 8 shots, from 7 entries.
Go on, run over it, Dus.
Oh, no.
I'm going to talk about this kick from Lee Montagna, which was outstanding to Mav Weller, but I think Richo might have gone with, in our break before, that what was the inside 50 count the scores?
Well, they're over 100%. There's about 8 shots from 7 entries, Dus.
I'm not sure that works somehow. Webster, front and centre. Gresham's kick spills off the side of the boot, fortuitously lands in the lap of Minchington. Look at the Saints streaming forward, screaming for the footy. Bruce wanted it, Armitage wanted it, and Minchington says, I'm good enough to go back and have a look at this myself. And he hands it off to Savage. Loads up from outside 50. Has he got the legs?
Oh!
He has!
Oh.
Just nicked the post. What a game this is.
Gee, the crowd's into it, aren't they?
Is that Shane Savage is the most effective kick in the competition for anyone that's had 150 kicks or more. He is #1 effective. So if anyone was going to get it, it was going to be him. Bartel had it. Spills to ground. Stephen went the nifty little pass. Got a little handball back from Ross, and now Duncan. 7:13 remaining in the third. St Kilda by 5 points.
That's it, Lee.
It's been a goal-scoring quarter. There's been a goal coming every 2 minutes in this quarter. 9 of them collectively so far. Henderson. What about Guthrie short? Wants to go over the top to Selwood. Gresham should get back. Armitage in front also did really well. Selwood not done with yet. Numbers with the Saints. Akers a little handball. Gresham put his head down to win the footy.
His head's over the footy, he's picking it up.
So he didn't try and bore his way through using his head. The umpire was right. His head was over the footy in an attempt to win it.
Armitage looks sore in the foreground there.
Gives it off to Montagna. Bruce elevates off, hands over the back. Danger ball here for the Cats. Jack Stephen! Did he get boot the ball? Didn't get across the line. Weller appealing for the goal. Let's have a listen.
Cut ball.
I believe it was a rush behind. I just want to check to see if the attacker kicked it.
Yeah. Score review. Umpire's call is touched, one behind. We just want to make sure it wasn't kicked over for a goal.
I think it's come off the knee. It's come off the knee of the St Kilda player there, I reckon.
Yeah, Jack Stephen.
Above the knee, yep.
And it's
Pretty close, isn't it?
Yep.
Almost shinned it through, but
he couldn't overrule the goal umpire's decision there.
No, I think this will be a behind.
Review complete. Confirm behind.
All clear. Right on it.
so you can see
Yours.
Enright loading up with a big, long defensive kick from full back. Remember, he probably should have marked it. And now it's the Cats exploding through half back. Well done, though. They got a little hand in there, the Saints. Minchington got it back to Montagna. Wanted to squeeze the handball back, and then Blitzar's chopped in the way. Opened the door for Duncan. Kirsten's worked high up the ground. Got it back to Guthrie. They work it through hands. Eventually out there to Ruggles, who's going to drive it long. He's got a man out. Selwood working overtime. Joel Selwood for McCarthy. He's kicked 3 goals already in this quarter. Wants to get it moving to Menzel, and he's turned it over. Ross, and the Saints can reload.
On the counter, but they're going to have to stop here with Bruce because he's got nothing on down the track. Although he goes for McCartan. McCartan goes wide. It was well spotted. McCartan created that out of nothing by his ability to move. And now they're held up.
How good slinking McCarthy's quarter. Could have gone back and kicked his 4th there.
Long ball down the line. Flying was right. Stephen, a little handball wide. And
Guys, you just called before David Armitage, just pulling up a little bit sore from a contest. He's getting a bit of work on the boundary line now from the physios, in particular on his cast. He's been a little bit quiet. He's only had the 10 disposals tonight, down on his usual output. You'd think if he can fire up, he'd be big for St Kilda in the run home to the final siren. Steve Motlop for Geelong's probably the one who needs to lift his game. Only the 11 disposals. Those 2 players might have an impact on who wins this game.
St Kilda by a goal. Touch play on, said the umpire. Stanley claiming the mark, but I can hear it from here. Reese, not sure why you couldn't. Webster, Bartel, off hands. Akers caught in a good tackle. He was turned around, still got rid of it. And now Smith.
Selwood and Dangerfield have had 13 possessions between them this quarter. Richo at 100%. They have seriously lifted their game this quarter. Selwood changes through the interchange and high fives his mate Dangerfield.
They just know when to lift, don't they, the champions?
Off the hands of Motlop, front and centre Murdoch. He's going to keep this one in. It's a dangerous ball. McCarthy's in everything. Hickey did well to bring it to ground. Beautiful pick up from Bartel over the top. Stanley picks it up. Oh, well done. Did a great job, Dunstan. On the last line of defence. Forced it through for a rush behind.
Lincoln McCarthy, he's just in the zone, isn't he? He's in the zone. You don't get in there that often. And he's well and truly in it at the moment. It's just going near him every time.
There's McCartan, look at that. Effortless.
Yeah, great hands, aren't they?
Yep. Really nice. Boy out of the Geelong Falcons footy factory down there with Mickey Turner. Team of the century wingman himself. Here's Lonigan. Nice grab half back. Can they switch and go? Harry Taylor. They've got the loose on wide. If they want in Kirsten, if Duncan can get it there quick enough, but beyond Kirsten there is not much. And so this will bring them to a standstill with just under 4 minutes remaining. Geelong looking to pick their way through here. They have hit the front in this quarter, but at the moment they trail by 5 points.
Blitzars hung in the air. Motlop's now going to work really hard. Well done, Minchington. Webster gets a good look at it. Has to be a free kick. The umpire was on the wrong side. He just didn't see it. He was just caught on the wrong side, and there's not much you can do, but it was a definite free kick.
Back this way.
You can hear the Saints fans. They've got to look at the replay on the big screen here and not happy. Motlop probably happy to see that one over.
Don't freeze.
And a great atmosphere inside the roof tonight here at Etihad Stadium. Decent crowd in. And they are really enjoying a great contest we've got. Dunstan's going to flick it out to Gresham. Got a little bit of time and did really well. Stepped around Dangerfield. Not many do that. It's a smart kick. Well played, Gresham. Great composure. Found Matt Weller.
That was fantastic composure. And Weller's hands were equally as good.
He's as tough as nails, Weller, isn't he?
Geez, it's a good story of just turning your career around, isn't it, Matt Weller? Finished up at the Gold Coast. He was a rookie at St Kilda initially. And I think he's in their leadership group now.
It's his third year at the club, Richo. He's played every game this year, Matt Weller, as you said. At the end of the Gold Coast Suns, it looked like his AFL opportunity might have been over, and now a real leader at the Saints. Can he step up to the plate here and deliver a big goal? Look at how well he struck that, Matt Weller. Big goal for the Saints. He's kicked 2 in a row, Matt Weller.
Fantastic bit of play by St Kilda. This is a good little period they've had here because Geelong were storming in this third quarter. They've kicked a couple of settling goals and got themselves a handy little break again now going into three-quarter time. They were challenged by the premiership favourites as we speak, and they've stood up and they've come back. They've counterpunched.
Wonderful kick by Mav Weller. Insatiable appetite for the contest. Enjoying his own work with a little bit of me there.
So he should.
Why not?
Boy from Burnie on the northwest coast of Tasmania.
Gee, Dangerfield to Selwood, a little dubious how he got rid of that ball. Now Guthrie sends it forward bound. Bartel in front, almost clunked it. Ball on the deck, Webster on all fours. Bartel again. St Kilda. Details of attention were good. And a ball up deep in the Geelong attack zone here.
Where's McCarthy?
Important minutes again late in the quarter. Seb Ross has had an outstanding game. Disposal number 27 for that man leading the race. Ruggles, oh, Bruce, just shirt running it beautifully. Took the wind right out of his sails. And in comes Minchington. Good attack on the footy, this one. Both players. So they reset again. Hickey, Stanley, Armitage tried to free the arms. Dangerfield did really well, then pirouetted out with the footy. Look at the strength of Danger. Clever little kick back to Zach Smith. He's going to get it to the edge of 50. Awkward one to take for Stanley. The bounce was terrible for him. In comes Webster. Rewalt's pushed back into defence, as he likes to do late in quarters. Now he's got a little bit of work to do. Drives this one long down the line. Can they get a contest? Enright, too good.
Plays on quickly. Got it to Gregson. It was actually meant for Selwood. Now Gregson back inside on the left boot. Hawkins doubles around Delaney. Over the back is Montagna. Fast hands Noons. They are free to go here if they want the Saints. They can come back inside. Gresham's waiting. So is Dunstan. He looked at Hickey. He said, I think I'm a better kick than you. Long ball. Bruce won out. Henderson.
What a mark.
Oh, Henderson flicked it off the little backhand and then reeled it in magnificently.
He's been enormous, Lockie Henderson, Lingy, hasn't he? It's been a great inclusion. We'll catch up with Lingy on that. I think he's been unheralded in how well he has fitted into this defence for the Cats. As Selwood put together a big quarter to Lincoln McCarthy, who's had his best quarter of his short AFL career. That not his best effort. And Jaron Geary just happy just to take a deep breath here for a moment, Richo, with 22 seconds remaining in this quarter.
Just got to be smart here now. The bench would be yelling out. They know how long it's left. Nick's milking as much time as he can long down the line.
It's a 24-point lead at half-time. It's been reduced to 11, but as Lonergan takes a good mark there.
Gee, their defenders can win the ball back in the air.
So Lonergan just switches it, but we're going to run out of time here for the Cats. It was a very, very impressive Geelong quarter. They kicked 6 goals to 4. At one stage, it looked like St Kilda didn't have the answers, but they found them in the end when Mav Weller kicked successive goals to put them back in front by 11 points. Stay with us. We have got a cracking contest coming up in the last quarter. St Kilda to the Cats 10-9-69. Lingy, what did you make of it all?
Well, St Kilda have been sensational in these first 3 quarters, playing brave football with their ball use. Their pressure's been outstanding. Geelong, on the other hand, just clicking into gear a little bit in that 3rd quarter. St Kilda are going to have to maintain all of that pressure because the Cats in last quarters this season have simply been unbelievable. 407 points for, 157 against. That is clearly the best in the competition. In fact, the 2nd best in history since those stats have been taken to this point in the season. That's a differential of 250 points. So the Cats will be charging home. Can the Saints hang on? This game's been a beauty. I reckon this last quarter will be as well.
Yeah, can't wait for this one to get underway, Lingy. And you look down at the Saints and the Cats, and you see Selwood, Dangerfield, Zach Smith around this one. The Saints have been brilliant. Stephen, look at that, just shrugged the shoulders, got rid of a tackle, and now the kick over the head. He wanted Weller out the back. Brilliant effort in front by Kolajasny. Held his nerve there.
Move it on.
So he resets with a long one down the line. Delaney, effective fist to Rost. Had the running Gilbert, couldn't quite find him by hand. Here's Selwood. Little chip down the line to Menzel. Got out the back now. Chance for Menzel. He runs onto it, hands it over to Mackie, who loads up. He's capable from here. Andrew Mackie, the half-back, running. Shot at goal. And couldn't quite get it on line.
Stevie Motlop started pretty deep in attack in this last quarter.
So Montagna. Good crowd, as you can see,
Move it on.
in tonight
Play on.
for this St Kilda home game.
Oh, no.
Shocker, and he's as if he was on his team. Menzel should not think about playing on. He does, and almost got between them. And that's why he should not have thought about playing on.
Well done.
20 metres out directly in front, you must go back and kick the goal, I reckon.
Yeah, good point, BT. Rewald did well to not give up on that because it looked like a certain goal, and he just got there to put enough pressure on Motlop.
So a couple of nervous moments there for both teams. So have the Saints still got the courage and the dare to play on and take risks, which will set this game up for them. This one's down the line. Selwood knocked over. A free kick's going to be paid the Saints' way. So just a little overzealous there in the contact. Delaney just pops it down the line, and Minchington wrapped up in a Mackie tackle.
Thank you. Straight out.
So now the numbers arrive. It's Hickey, and 3rd man up Blitzarves does that more than any other man in the competition. Well done, Murdoch. Forced his way through. Dangerfield and Stevens, some leg speed involved there. Look at the follow-up from Selwood. Great play to McCarthy. Kicked 3 goals in the 3rd quarter. Just couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, cool, mate.
So St Kilda, they are going to need to score. They can't hang on with a 9-point lead. You'd think there's going to be collectively 6 or 7 goals kicked in this quarter, just which way they'll be whacked up. And that's about to unfold. Hickey and Smith. Smith did well. Stephen Dangerfield, beautiful little tap to himself to Blitzars. It's out of bounds on the fall. So that'll be a free ball to Delaney, who's had the job tonight on Tom Hawkins and done a pretty good job, I'd think. In fact, it's been relayed back further down the ground to Dunstan.
He's just going to have to come straight down the line here, as you see. Oh, he's got a switch on.
Boy, hope he doesn't put too much loop in the footy here. Dunstan's got to make the target. And Geelong really closing up the space and time here now. Geary's been such a good leader all night.
He didn't really have a switch on. He tried to invent one. Now they'll just have to go long.
And I think that's what Alan Richardson will want them to still take the game on. They can't go back in their shell here. No.
Can they?
As Henderson traps this one in, so they've had a fair bit of time in the forward half to start the last quarter. Too strong, too good there, Tom Hawkins. That massive frame in the right space, and Gilbert was just pushed off it a little too easily in the end.
Yeah, and if he gets one-on-one, he's going to do this. Gilbert wanted to push in the back. He's used his body. Well, there was as much in that as the McCartan one in the third quarter. That one didn't get paid. A contested mark for Tom Hawkins.
He took 4 contested marks last week. Richo kicked 4 goals. Hasn't seen a lot of the footy, Tom Hawkins, tonight. This is just a 7th disposal. But it'll be his 3rd goal. And the margin back to just 3 points in favour of the Saints.
Well, they are the #1 contested marking team inside 50 in the competition. The Cats. And it's one of the reasons because Tommy Hawkins is down there. And if he gets one out, he's going to have too much strength for most of his opponents. 3 goals now. He can be a match winner here, Tom Hawkins. Hasn't had a lot of the footy. But if he kicks another couple, could get the Cats over the line.
So Geelong with the first goal here in the last quarter to close within 3 points. There is the St Kilda bench. McCartan on the right, Jack Stephen on the left. Back in the middle we go. Did well, Gresham. He's been really good in the corridor tonight. High footy over the head of Bruce, out the back Weller, kicked 2 goals in the third quarter, applying the tackle on Taylor, picked up by Membry, long handball, Armitage back to Bruce, went the inside out left foot, Nana, and made very little contact. Now Guthrie under enormous pressure here. St Kilda pushing them back, and have a look at all the one-on-ones.
Hickey did pretty well to affect the spoil on Henderson. They keep it in on the boundary line. Kirsten trying to paddle it forward. 50-50 ball to be won here out the back. Montagna got in the right spot again.
Advantage.
You can hear the advantage is being paid. Got a Shepherd, did Dangerfield. No free kick to the pocket. Couldn't juggle the mark. Now Bruce picks it up. What can the Saints do here through Akers? Back to Dunstan. High, up and under kick. Off the football, free kick. Membry thought he was taken high. Here comes Rewald, couldn't pick it up off his toes. Well done, Zach Smith. Gregson taken high by Ross.
Gee, I thought Membry was impeded there. When that ball was in the air, it looked like Membry may have been impeded, wasn't paid. And now the Cats have got it back with a free kick.
A little bit of a hold-up here has allowed Saints to get in defensive position as well. So Gregson now out really wide to the boundary line. Henderson the height advantage over Noons. Back inside, good ball to Enright. Corey Enright just keeps on keeping on. Game 3-22 for him. Across the ground to Taylor. They've kept these Geelong defenders from marking a lot of balls in the back line by not just kicking down the line and sending it in high tonight, St Kilda. There's McCarthy over the top to Motlop. He can get it and go. He'll look at Hickey and he'll like his chances. He's deep. Says to Hawkins, you go that away. And they look at each other. And I wonder which one was in the wrong.
He tried to communicate with Hawk what he wanted there. They just weren't on the same wavelength.
Good chase from the ruckman Hickey there. I know a few that wouldn't have bothered about chasing Stevie Motlop. When you're a 200-centimetre ruckman, and Tom Hickey put the big ones in and just forced enough pressure. Speaking of pressure, the Saints are feeling a heap of it now. Blitzarv's third man's up to Hawkins. Look at the strength of the big boy. Almost roofed it out of the arms of Delaney.
Stand up, Jen. Good tackle. Thanks, Tom.
So this time Reebok goes third man up. Gresham, been impressive. This young man played it really well and maybe just tried to overcook that one. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Back here. Yep.
I think he thought he was going to get paid deliberate maybe there. He could have just fallen across the line there, Gresham.
So really just upping the pressure here. The Cats repeat inside 50. Rewalt's in good position. Good contest given down there by Dangerfield. Mabwell having to push all the way back. Handed it off to Robertson. Clearing kick. Bartel sets himself for it.
Push, St.Kilda. St.Kilda, push.
Yeah, got pushed under the footy there. Umpire Luke Farmer all over it. The young fella right, he's battered and bruised tonight, but there's a quarter of footy to play here. He takes them on through the middle. Handball to Ross. The link-up play is good. Weller with the stiff arm out wide to Akers. Thought about the handball. Now's probably got to use it. Got it to Armitage. St Kilda are going to go deep inside their 50. Long ball. Not a great ball, and certainly not to the advantage of the St Kilda forwards.
Didn't work out there, but I love what Nathan Wright did, prepared to take the game on. You said it at the start of this quarter, BT. That's what St Kilda need to do. They've got to score if they're going to win this game. They're not just going to hold on for the entire quarter. They need to all keep playing like that.
Spearing kick from Kirsten to Selwood. This is disposal number 27 for the superstar captain to Enright.
She blitz us on here.
Stanley slicing handball through to Murdoch. He pops this one to the man that Richo just spoke about, Blitzarves. He's been out for a long time. And eventually it was a bit of a mismatch on Hickey. Mark Blitzarves gets a really good opportunity to put the Cats back in front.
Just had that extra little bit of mobility there on Hickey. Agility as well.
There's the 10 metres where Hawkins is.
As I said before, the modern player is so adept at this skill and he just makes no mistake. Cats are back in front.
Go Cutters! Go Cutters!
Catman's happy. Jeez, he's got some gear on that jacket. That's why a ton. And he's wrapped because the Cats are now back in front. Can St Kilda answer? Gee, this will be a big test for them now. Geelong are in front. They answered in the third quarter, the Saints. Can they do it again here?
Nice execution from Blitzarves. The super slow-mo there. As you said, Das, the modern player, so good at that skill now. It's one part of the set shot goal kicking that has definitely improved is the boundary line shots. Number one to number one.
Throwing the ball.
And Hickey got caught.
Right there, thank you.
Geelong ball. Selwood short finds Guthrie. Guthrie looking to go wide here. And in the hands of Mackie, Andrew Mackie, played name 248, joins the great Billy Goggin on that number for Geelong. He's had a great career, Andrew Mackie. And now Blitzarves. Long and deep. Hawkins went early. He said he pushed him.
He took him early. He took him out of the contest.
I reckon the umpire blew his whistle too early.
That's a mark.
Did he use the hand?
Oh, no, the hand in the back, sorry.
Okay.
I'm wrong there.
Yes.
Oh, umpire.
What the replay can show. Well done, umpire. Gilbert. Little ball. Savage missed it. Taken away by Duncan. He toyed with going on. Gregson's got it. He too toyed with a handball to Menzel. The kick is better. And Ruggles has slipped down from defence. And he will line up for his first career goal ever in the 10 games of footy he's played. What a big opportunity for him to have a ping at his first ever. I wonder whether his teammates care. I wonder whether they know he hasn't kicked one.
I reckon players do know. We'll know as soon as he kicks it, Brian.
Yep.
And everyone will get to him.
To extend the margin here for the Cats. Ruggles steps to the plate. Kick on the way. Has missed. 4-point Geelong lead.
Just having a huge amount of difficulty getting it out of their defence at the moment, the Saints. Cats have really got the squeeze on at the moment. Savage kick to the pocket to Webster.
As this second half's worn on, Geelong have got on top in the clearance situation, got first use, and that's just made it harder. The Saints have had to launch their attacks from the back half as this game's gone on. It's hard.
And that's a really good kick. They need to keep taking risks and come through the corridor. This is Nathan Wright. He wants to transfer it out. McCarthy gets a good look at this one. Robin, well played. Fisted it forward. Hickey, he's got to get some leg speed working here, the big boy. Ruggles got back and had some help from Stanley to Enright. Look at the composure there from Enright, although on that occasion just missed the target. Good tackle. Well done, Matt Weller. Brilliant stuff. Turned it over to Stephen. It's a good kick. McCartan gets a look at it. Well done, Lonergan. First to recover of the Saints, went off the ground, didn't quite get boot to ball. Here's Minchington, squeezed the handball back to Membry. Akers had a little fumble. Can he get through the tackle? Try to hand it back to his teammate Dunstan. Guthrie picked it up. Great tackle, Dunstan. And the Saints, well, he's paid holding the footy. He's paid holding the ball. Chris Scott can't believe it. I thought he was about to ball it up.
He didn't try to get rid of it.
So there's the explanation.
Time back on.
No genuine attempt, Richo. Felt a bit harsh.
So let's have a look. He picks it up. Absolutely no prior opportunity. Oh, gee. You've got to have some prior opportunity. And didn't make an attempt. It's pretty hard when you're in a bear hug. Got to remember that the player going for the ball has to have some prior opportunity to get rid of it.
He's kicked 2 goals, 8 this year, Luke Dunstan. This is a massive opportunity for the Saints. Kicked it poorly, really poorly.
Yeah, that's a poor kick. So Geelong get let off the hook. Bartel, the crowd are right into this game, make no mistake. Mackie.
And BT, it might be a different team in a different time, but you talk about the crowd getting into it. This crowd, St Kilda and Geelong, they remember the rivalry. Fantastic grab by Paddy Dangerfield, but they remember the rivalry through that late 2007, 8, 9, 10 period where the Cats and St Kilda played in some brilliant games. So all of these supporters willing their teams on.
Culminating in that game in 2009. Some say the greatest game of all time, the round 14 clash. Look at Motlop trying to sell some foot candy, got clobbered. Look at the numbers for St Kilda here. They'll take the free, no advantage.
Mark's up here, Steve.
It's Lee Montagna here at half-back.
You remember the drawn game last year as well between these two sides. They always just seem to have great encounters, and this one hasn't disappointed at all. Montagna drives it down to half forward through the hands of Matt Weller. Well played, blitz halves. Now Guthrie, Ruggles, back to Mackie. Now Mitch Duncan. Oh, he's got a good option out here. It's Lincoln McCarthy. He's going to play on. Had some run from Stanley. Took a bounce. Giving chase. Is Minchington. Kick through the middle of the ground. Gregson the other way. Webster. Really well done. Savage, Nunes, Armitage. They find their way through to Gilbert.
Gilbert now sold the hand candy. The kick was horrible. The bounce is good. Over the top. St Kilda long ball. Membry has marked. Membry is marked directly in front. This to put St Kilda back in front.
Remember the Richmond-Sydney game, Jack Rewalt got the bounce of God in the middle of the ground. Well, that bounced off the Gilbert kick. There's the contest. There it is there. That was a horrible bounce to Harry Taylor.
Good ball by Akers not to panic. Gave Membry an opportunity. Now Membry has got it all to do. Geelong have kicked the only 2 goals of this quarter. For St Kilda to put themselves back in front. We're not far off entering time on. He's missed. He has missed. 3-point margin. 7 minutes remaining. Still anyone's ball game.
And look at the hands in the face of Membry. It's what pressure does to you, Richo. It does funny things with your head, and he just poked at the kick.
It's the little man in the head.
Oh, it was a big man on that occasion. Rewalt slaps the kick forward. And now Colin Jasny, ever reliable end right back there. Game 322 to Harry Taylor. Bruce has got a good look at this. Look at the courage from Selwood. Brilliant play, fisted it forward. Hawkins got another shocking bounce. So too Geary. Oh, well played Murdoch. Forced it through to Hawkins. Gilbert smothered the handball, picked up again by Hawkins, kicking to the corridor. Brilliant defensive effort from Nunes. Kirsten, Dangerfield will make no mistake. Hands it over the top to Motlop. And it's 3 goals in a row to the Cats. They lead it by 9 points.
Oh, that hurts for the Saints. Membry had a chance to put them back in front. 15 metres out and missed. Now, they need 2 goals now, the Saints, to win it. It's been a great game. Hasn't got another turn. The Cats are on top. Can the Saints find something in the middle of the ground here?
Let's get set up, guys. Let's get ready.
Some lucky football all around the bounces, but in the end, Dangerfield to Motlop. There was no luck involved in that. And a 9-point lead. They need to kick 2 now, the Saints, to have an opportunity to win this game. We've got 6 minutes of footy remaining. Stanley the knockdown. Bruce went and got it. Kick around the corner. High ball. Over the head of Ruggles. Tried to turn it around Membry. Little knock on to Jack Stephen. He got going. Little left foot poker. Will he get there? Take the mark. No, Gresham won't. Got around Lonigan. Right foot snap. Don't tell me. Gresham's kicked an absolutely unbelievable goal. St Kilda are back within half a goal.
Talk us through that move from Gresham. That's the best step I think I've ever seen. Look at this.
Oh, look at the kick from Jack Stephen. He couldn't quite get there, Gresham. Couldn't get the fingertips. Look at the agility. Step back in. And then had the composure to kick it around the corner. That is a terrific goal. Broke the tackle.
The good thing is they've kicked that goal without much time going off the clock, so they've still got plenty of time.
It's a heap of time. Bruce is in the ruck against Stanley. So the big fella is having a rest in the middle, Hickey.
Well, he's gone forward, Richo, Tom Hickey, to try and stretch that Geelong defence. Maybe watch for Josh Bruce just charging forward from here.
Another epic contest between the Cats and the Saints, and look who steps up to the plate. Dangerfield hands it off to Bartels, and awkward one for him. He went and got his own handball, Dangerfield. You can't do that. Hawkins put the 1 mid up, slapped away by Delaney.
Well, Hickey's coming down now. He came off the bench. He had to go forward. He's got to get into the ruck because Geelong won that centre clearance too easily. And now Bruce will go forward. We'll see Danger's magic.
He did. He got his own handball. Receive. Hickey pushing the back. Stanley's free. Just out of range here. Have to be very, very careful for the little present-up player here. Stanley is an outside chance if he kicked his absolute max.
I reckon he can get onto it, Stanley.
He's going to have to kick at 55. Bartel's lurking just to his right there, as you can see. So he thinks he's thereabouts with his best kick. He'll need a bit more momentum than that, I reckon. High ball. St Kilda got a heap of defenders that compete against each other. Rewalt not paid the mark, or was he? Gee, it was a late call. The umpire actually said sorry. Actually apologised to him for blowing the whistle late.
Play on.
Going to be a tough transition here for St Kilda.
So they need something exceptional like that, a Bruce Mark.
Just what they needed. Look at Stephen, demanded the footy. He sold his teammate Ross into all sorts of pressure. That was great strength from Ross. Stood up in the tackle, got it out to Akers. The lead's on from Weller. Oh, well done, Duncan. Ran him down from behind. And in the end, he could have almost been rewarded. What about this game?
Oh, it's a ripper. Only 1 mark inside 50 in this last quarter for St Kilda. There's the tackle from Duncan. I reckon it's time. I reckon Rewalt should go forward for the last 4 minutes. He's a chance to take a contested mark.
Well, there's some tension in the coach's box. Chris Scott riding every blow at the moment. Rewalt boots the ball, slapped forward by Hickey. Here's a chance for Wright. He's been good tonight. Good tackle. Picked up by Dunstan. Shinned it forward. Minchinton gets a look at it. No free kick. Good umpiring. Well played, Murdoch.
Ducked. Play on. You ducked.
Okay, we're down to crunch time here.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. The ball up.
We've got Motlop on the bench, Kirsten there, you've got Dangerfield. They've got to get Dangerfield back on the ground. They can't have him sitting on the bench the last 4 minutes. Soccer off the ground, St Kilda. Jack Stevens kicked it. The boy from the Great Ocean Road in Lawn has kicked the goal. St Kilda are back up by 3 points. They must get Paddy Dangerfield back on the ground. He stands up in the gates. Motlop's been waiting for 3 minutes. Geelong can't get anyone off the ground, but Jack has kicked the goal.
And Jack Stephen has come off the ground. Armitage comes on, but Motlop and Danger are standing at the interchange race, pointing.
Now, Motlop's been there for 3 minutes and they can't get Dangerfield back on either. They're still in the gates. Look at this. Two of their absolute superstars.
Nick Revolt just drifts down. You can see he's pushed all the way back to loose man in defence. So under 4 minutes remaining. What a cracking game this is. Ross got boot to ball. Coming through the other way was Kolajasny. Oh, brilliantly played, Matt Weller. Sliced his way through, took a bounce. He's got Akers out there. Got a little chipping ball on offer if he can find, and he does. Well done to Nunes.
Play on.
He wanted to get it moving quickly, he didn't need to. McCartan did well. Got a fist in there, picked up by Mackie. Now he wants to come back through the corridor. Chips it in the Hawkins direction. Delaney got in front. Well played.
Well, St Kilda, one win to equal all of their wins from last year. Here is Rewalt. Short ball Minchington. 3:13. So they are starting to milk clock here. But they're still looking for the little opening to go forward.
Oh, they've got to score it. They've got to go for another goal. You can't try and save it from here with 3 minutes.
So long ball forward here. Still they can't get Dangerfield or Lonergan back on, Motlop back on. Dangerfield back on the ground now. Here's an opportunity through traffic. It was Kolajasny. Little handball out, Blitzarves. Guthrie, half back line, short ball. Not paid to McCarthy. Rewalt there to keep him honest. And finally they get Dangerfield back on the ground with 2.5 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Important seconds taken off the clock for the Saints. They've got that 3-point lead. Danger, just think that he's going to get involved and do something special right around this contest. Boundary throw-in.
Saints have got two back. Rewalt and Savage loose.
Third man up, Blitzarves. Well done, Akers. Jammed it forward. Touch play on, Enright. Releases Henderson, takes a bounce, streaming through half back, Lockie Henderson. Little hand over the top to Duncan. Oh, well played. Got around the man of the mark. Got around two. Took a bounce over the top to Zach Smith, the big ruckman. And there is the loose man in defence, Rewalt.
2:16 remaining. Montagna wanted it. Delaney's got it. Pressure on every possession now. They don't want to kick down the line because Geelong are really good at marking these sort of things. Out the back it comes to Motlop. They're going to go forward again. Motlop high ball. Didn't go on that occasion. Hawkins. Off hands comes to Ross. Ross a little one. Akers over the top. Stephen looking to steal it. Harry Taylor did well. McCartan was there. Geelong win. Henderson. Stephen got him in the tackle. He just got rid of the ball in the nick of time. And now Geelong are going to go back up forward.
Murdoch tumbles it forward. Look at the bounce of Rewalt. Over the head to Bartel. Clever knock on to Dangerfield. What can Danger do? Forced his way through the tackle. Picked up by Menzel. Did he dispose of it correctly? Motlop. Was he pushed in the back? Good umpiring to let it go. Matt Weller gets back. Momentarily clearing possession to Henderson. They're going to reload again here. What can Lonergan do? Looks for Hawkins. Hawkins was tripped up. Almost taken by Robertson. Soccer off the ground from Geary. And now Armitage can clear half back.
Well, if they can mark this, they can milk the clock. They probably don't have to score now.
Well,
because Hawkins interfered with his attempt to lead.
They got nothing forward. They haven't got much to go to. All their numbers are behind the footy, and they're all knackered.
Membry, 44 seconds left in the game. High ball down the line. Enright through some traffic. They're not going to get too many more opportunities, but this is a clear one through the midfield. So it goes high. Bartel the target. Off hands. Comes to Robertson. Akers is under pressure. Motlop trying to run him down, and they get it away. I think the Saints are going to win. 18 seconds left, and Alan Richardson and St Kilda lead by 3 points.
17 seconds, there's time for this boundary throw, and they're out on their feet. Have a look at this, there's a fair bit of space inside 50. Which way does it go? Harry Taylor, they need a mark here. Kick round the body, Bartel nearly did it. 8 seconds remaining, through came Montagna on the ground. That might be it for the Saints. 3 seconds remaining.
And wow, what an effort this has been.
Thanks,
One of the great games of season 2016. They can't give away a free kick. Saints fans can't believe it. And there's the siren. A magical moment for St Kilda. One of the great upsets of 2016. They've beaten the top of the table Cats.
St Kilda, in a stunning display, have kicked the last 2 goals of the game. After Geelong led by, 9 or 10 points. And St Kilda have won by 3. In an incredible effort. These two sides play great games. And tonight was another rip-up. St Kilda have won their 6th game of the year, which draws level with what they won last year. Alan Richardson would be ecstatic with the way that his team executed tonight. Let's get down to Cameron Ling.
Jack Stephen here, BT. A very, very happy Jack Stephen. An exhausted Jack Stephen. What a game.
Yeah. We set ourselves this week and they came at us really hard, and it was a good effort at the end, and so happy.
That last quarter was incredible. It looked like they'd got the lead over you and they were going to go away with it. Sensational goal by yourself. The boys just dug deep. Must be so proud of your teammates.
Yeah, it was great to put 4 quarters together. They're a quality side and they came at us hard, so we're really happy with the result. Was it as hard a game as what it looked like from the boundary line? Just so much running, so much physical pressure. Did you feel like it was that high intensity game? Yeah, it was really hot. As soon as you had the ball, you attacked it pretty much straight away. So, but it's good. We've got to practice in those situations, so it's nice to do that.
Oh, what a win. Go and enjoy it, mate. Great job.
Jack Stephen, superstar of St Kilda. I tell you what, we mentioned we had Jaron Geary mic'd all night. Have a listen to him when St Kilda realised they'd won. St Kilda. Geelong played much better footy after half-time, kicked the first 3 goals of the last quarter and looked like it was going to be a 10, 15, 20-point lead. And then Gresham got one from the boundary line, which is a ripper, and then Jack Stephen. Back to you, Lingy.
Well, I've got Paddy McCartan with me, BT. You've played in 14 games of AFL footy now. That's surely the best one you've ever played in.
Yeah, best one, the toughest, I reckon. I was stuffed that last 5, but good to come away with the win.
It was a fast game. You were in the forward line having to do a heap of work, but every time you went inside forward 50, you looked dangerous. The forward line's working well together?
Yeah, I think so. Well, me, Brucey and Timmy Membry have only played a few games together now, so I think the more we play together, the more we will gel and start working together better, so it's pretty exciting times, I think. You
caught one in the nose through the game. Is it broken or is it okay?
I think it's all good. I don't need a broken nose. I've got enough going on with my face already, but no, I'm fine, mate. Just a little one in the nose. I'm all good.
After a win like that, it never hurts anyway.
Nothing hurts, mate. Perfect, you know that.
Well done, Paddy. Great job, mate.
Paddy McCartan going to be a star. That man is already a superstar. And have a look at this, the selfies that St Kilda do. And those young kids would be liking that. Let's have a look at the replay, Lingy. We might just have a look at the replay of the non-free kick to Tom Hawkins. I haven't seen it. I don't know whether it was interference or not, or whether he just tripped over the own boot of Robert. It looks like he just tripped over, got his boots tangled up with Robertson's boots. So I'd say probably, looking at that, probably the right call was made to let it play on. Lingy, these two sides never cease to amaze me. Down there at the moment, the St Kilda players really soaking this up with the fans, and why not? Alan Richardson and his staff, senior coaches Danny Sexton, Adam Kingsley have done an outstanding job. Lingy, what did you make of the pressure that St Kilda applied, particularly early in the game?
Oh, it was sensational, BT. That's what set it up for St Kilda. That's what gave them the belief. Their pressure was brilliant. Their tackling was quality. And then they started to gain confidence with the footy. They ran the ball beautifully. In that first half, they ran Geelong off their feet. And then it looked like the Cats were just going to build and come over the top of them, especially early on in that last quarter. But what an effort late in the last quarter by St Kilda. So many players stood up. It was a brilliant win by the Saints.
Hey, Lingy, so often clubs get caught with their absolute superstar players on the bench at the end of the games. They get called off by the sports science guys managing these teams who often don't look at the context of the game. Now, Dangerfield was on the bench for at least 3 or 4 minutes right in those last couple of minutes. Boy, that's dangerous stuff.
I agree with you, BT. I think that cost Geelong. Even they had Zach Smith and they only got him on really late. He couldn't get involved in that last ruck contest where Hickey won it down to Jack Stephen, kicked the winning goal. Dangerfield was on the bench, Motlop on the bench. Could have cost the Cats a bit, but this is all about St Kilda now. What a win. They weren't expected to win tonight. They've done it by 3 points. I'm sure they're going to belt out the song as loud as they can tonight.
We're going to follow them in. They've beaten Collingwood, Melbourne, Essendon, Fremantle, Carlton, and now Geelong. And they've got Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium next week. They are absolutely delighted. They had a great game plan right from the very start. It was all about the P word, pressure, and they executed, particularly in the first half. Their execution was first class. Let's go and join this excitement and just soak it up.